And fam, first thing first, big shout out to Smooth today. Smooth, you're always on my mind. You're pretty much in everybody's mind that knows about your situation. This show and program is dedicated to you. In fact, the entire 24-25 season will be with the name Smooth on it. Smooth! Niners! Woo! God, it's good to get back here and talk some ball with your fam. Last week, though, before things really get underway, camp coming out, man. And will we still be talking about that man named Brandon Aiyuk? I guarantee you, he ain't coming in. There's no way. His requests are being ignored for the most part, and it's pretty much what actually ignited him into this rage, I'm pretty sure. 49ers showed no concern over Brandon Aiyuk trade requests. Fam, also, more importantly, of equal importance. No, more importantly, actually. No, equal importance. Conflict between my brain and my... Anyway, Fred Warner's new linebacker partner. We're used to hearing things like, 49ers have the best linebacking crew in the NFL. I want to continue to hear that. I got used to it. But fam, up until this week, it's been same old bleep, just different day, right? BA pushing for a contract that reflects what he feels is his worth to the San Francisco 49ers. Now that Aiyuk has officially requested to be traded to a Niners front office that has grown accustomed to the same display of attention before, people need to know, man, 49ers have heard this before. They're not going to be always, they're not going to do this. I mean, in Santa Clara, the silence out in Santa Clara reminds you of the sounds of crickets. You been to Muir Woods in the evening? Yeah. Same beautiful, peaceful, serene areas of Muir Woods. It's not happening, BA. I don't know, man. Meanwhile, while nearly every position room looks solid, the question is will Fred Warner have a linebacker partner that can maintain something similar to the excellence we've all come to enjoy? And that is going to be a good question. Dre Greenlaw is not coming back for the first few weeks of the season. If he comes back at all, it's tough coming back from that kind of injury, right? So, if you're like me and you like to fantasize and you like to stay away from and do not dwell on things that are really worrisome, I thought I'd bring that up. Dre Greenlaw missing for weeks. Okay, it's one of those realities of football. We're going to the phones tonight to further ruminate over the futility of Brandon Aiyuk trade me request. Also, any concerns over who will fill for Dre Greenlaw for the 2024-25 season. Let's go! Family, here's the headlines, right? How ironic is this news? Just hours before BA reportedly requested his trade out of San Francisco, the Niners on Tuesday announced they have placed rookie child of great expectation, Ricky Pearsall, on the active non-football injury list. The extent of Ricky P's injury is not being disclosed. Of course, that's kind of normal. If you don't do it on the field, they don't have to say anything, right? According to NBC Sports Bay Area Matt Mayoko, he is saying it doesn't seem serious. It depends on how you define serious. Matt's been around for a while. I guess he looks at it the same way. But the non-football injury list indicates Pearsall was hurt away from the 49ers facilities. Ricky, why on earth aren't you being more careful? If you're out riding a motorcycle or doing something stupid, I've been telling you right now, man, you need to be bee-slapped at least 4 or 5 times. Man, BA goes on record saying that he would like to remain in the Bay Area for his 5th NFL season. We've heard that. We actually have. The problem is that he wants compensation comparable to what other top wide receivers got during this particular offseason. If another franchise is able to make that happen, BA is ready to change address in a heartbeat. The reality is that he would be a huge expense for any interested franchise, though. See, this is why the 49ers know that. They got sitting there holding their cards. They know what the Lord Niners know BA's not going anywhere. He can't go anywhere. You give me a first-round pick and then pay him his $30 million? Who's going to do that? There's probably a couple of teams, but BA probably doesn't want to be on them. If they've got that much money and probably got 2 or 3 first-round draft picks, You're going to a toilet bowl, BA. You're not going to like that. And a prospective team would need to offer compensation packages for the top targeted receiver last season that would likely include more than just one first-round draft pick. That's just all there is to it. That team would also need to have the ability to pay Aiyuk what he thinks he's worth. And that could be north of $30 million. Because Brandon Aiyuk and others have drawn out the fact that if Brandon Aiyuk was used in any other way by any other team, he'd be probably one of the most productive wide receivers in the league. Why don't you people mind your own business? He's playing on a team that doesn't. Wow. 28 to 30 million is going to be the bottom line. Those Santa Clara phones have been ringing. You know they have in the aftermath of BA's announcement to be traded. Can you see John Lynch? No. I've said it repeatedly. We're not trading him. Hello? Gracie, find out. Next caller comes in. Find out what the regards of his phone call is, and if it's anything about BA, tell him. Listen, you'll take a message, and I'm not in right now. Can you imagine how annoying that is? You're telling people over and over. I said we're not trading him. First round. No, give me 2 first-round picks. Hello? God. 49ers report they have no intention of dealing him elsewhere. None. Meanwhile, it could be the BA is either being counseled by Deebo or he has figured things out on his own, right? Remember, that's how Deebo cashed in 2 years ago from the outset of the offseason. Deebo became an agitation machine. Deebo was making everybody mad. Not only the 49ers front office. I love Deebo, but Deebo got on my last nerves that year. I said, Deebo, man, come on, man. Act like a damn grown man. Hey, what's your brother and your mama saying things for? You know that. Anyway, Aiyuk hasn't went that far though. But Deebo cashed in from that, and he wanted to be traded. He created the impression he was done with the 49ers, and it worked. So Brandon's going to go that route too, I guess. I think we all agree that the 2023 second team all-pro guy like Brandon Aiyuk, come on, man, $14.1 million. Nobody thinks he should be being paid that low, even if it is his 5th year. The NFL Players Association, which included players, are the ones that set this up that way. Players need to understand that. Don't get mad. Get mad at your rep and maybe redesign that thing. I mean, but see, that's not the holdup anyway. The Niners just aren't willing to do or won't give him what he wants. And they won't trade him to a team that will. Can you imagine, though, if you were him? Think about that for a minute, fam. BA for a minute. I'd be livid. I mean, I'd be pissed all the way off. They won't let me go, but they won't pay me. And then I'd say a few expletives, and I'd keep calling and leaving weird messages on the phone disguising my voice. I mean, I'd become obnoxious, too. I know I would. The Niners, like many of us, are hoping to keep the band together for one more season before figuring out how to configure the roster going into the future and going forward for this this 6-3 that somehow keeps escaping, fam. If they stick to that agenda, Mrs. Aiyuk's baby boy is going to be, woo. Man, when you see BA, you better have a fire extinguisher. The man's going to be, he's going to be hot. And it's understandable. As I say, BA is trying to parlay a great performance last season, and you don't know if you're going to come in this season and have the same season, but he wants to parlay that into a contract that he believes he deserves. I'm not mad at him about that. I fully understand it. In fact, he was second in the league last year with 12.8 yards per target. He racked up 1,342 receiving yards with only 105 passes thrown his way. 105 passes, and he did that. And perspective, Bills receiver Khalil Shakir. Is it Shakir? It's got the Middle Eastern pronunciation, Shakir. Anyway, he led the NFL with 13.6 yards, but he had only 611 total receiving yards. How far behind that is BA? Way behind. BA's thinking, what would he do if he had that many opportunities? When you think about it, that's kind of mind-boggling, isn't it? For example, 181 targets that went to CeeDee Lamb over in Dallas. What would Aiyuk do with 150? 49ers could find out by maybe trading Deebo Samuel or trading Aiyuk, which wouldn't be fun for us, but I already speculated, and I could be wrong. Remember during the season when they were saying there's a trade deal being there's a conversation going on between Washington and San Francisco about a receiver in San Francisco. BA. I said, Deebo. See, I automatically thought Deebo was out of here. But then again, stupidity overwhelmed me. Deebo can't be traded. The 49ers end up still paying a fortune to the Washington team in order. I might be right. You get Deebo for the cheap for 1 year. Adam Peters is no idiot. He worked with us. You get Deebo for half the price. The 49ers have to pay a bundle of that. And they get Deebo for less money, and they get that midfield menace that would help them out. But fam, at any rate, look for the drama to further unfold and be turned up a volume from BA as he decided this week to start displaying his dissatisfaction with the Niners' silence. We'll see if that works. And fam, have you noticed? The media folks have ratcheted up their support for BA. Ryan Clark, ESPN. 49ers Brock Purdy would suffer without Brandon Aiyuk in 2024. RC, what's up, man? Daniel Orlovsky, same network. 49ers are not contenders without Brandon Aiyuk. Rams win the NFC West. What's wrong with you people? Brandon was a part of the thing. It wasn't the whole thing. He's not Jefferson. Florio, 5 teams were willing to pay 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. And Florio tried to shame the 49ers, did you? If you haven't seen that, Florio sat there and said all kind of bad things about the 49ers. 5 teams tried to make an offer for Brandon Aiyuk. And if they don't want him, then go ahead and take the deal and move on forward. Mike, you don't understand what's going on. You don't work in your front office. STFU, man, stop it. Anyway, fam, you know what? A linebacker situation. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Devondre Campbell, Demetrius Flanagan-Foles, D. Winters, Curtis Robinson, Ezekiel Turner, Jalen Graham, Tatum Bethune. Now, we weren't even concerned about these people the last few years because Dre Greenlaw was out there, one of the most, Dre. And there were several weeks when you could actually say it, watching the game, that Dre Greenlaw outplayed Fred Warner. You'll get no argument from most people. Campbell is only 3 years removed from earning All-Pro honors. He did so in his first season with the Pack after 5 years in Atlanta. And that Atlanta's game has similarities to the 49ers, so he won't be coming in and be completely devoid of any he knows what we do. But Devondre's 31 years old and will need to prove his age experience are greater benefits as Greenlaw's placeholder than the other options on the plate. Because remember, Winters was singled out by Fred Warner. Fred came rolling through camp. Best OTs out of anybody on the team, unquote. After 60 defensive snaps as a rookie, D. Winters is a viable candidate to fill in for Greenlaw, and a lot of us would like to see that because a lot of us wanted to see him play last year. No time. He's a rookie. Sit down, watch, and learn. GM Lynch chimed in on that last year to say, Winters, comparisons are dangerous because you have to go do it, but he has similar traits to great Dre Greenlaw, a similar suddenness to his game, unquote. Warner was talking about Winters made plays left and right through the offseason practice, so he set himself up to have a great training camp. Fam, Flanagan-Foles, these are depth decisions. It's pretty much a special teams guy anyway. He ran Warner's linebacker role throughout all-season workouts, so he's extremely versed in the scheme. This is what's really needed, and Curtis Robinson has been in the picture for years as well. Here's the question. Are the 49ers committed to those investments, or are they more curious to bring guys along like Graham and Bethune, who were 7th-round picks in the past 2 drafts? That's the question. Where do you go from there, right? These are hard decisions to make. Can you imagine sitting there as a coach, hoping you don't make the wrong move? But Brandon Aiyuk, fam, now, are you ready for this? Because we're getting ready to go into drama. And the first week of camp, we're going to hear all kind of things. The media is going to also make things miserable for the 49ers by saying things that probably aren't even true. How are we going to do? Oh, let me get Matty S in there from beautiful Bend, Oregon. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. JC3771, the gears are shifting. The season is approaching. Let's get back in the saddle. Dust off. Let's ride. I'm Gene Autry. I'm back in the saddle again. Matty, get in here, man.
Rambo. What up, buddy?
Matty.
Good evening, my friend.
Good evening to you, Matty. How things going up in Bend, man? Is it looking good? Summertime, July?
Yeah, fires are starting to pop off a little bit, but it's actually not as bad as it usually is. So,
I
and
just
it's
realized.
warm.
Yeah, because you guys got a lot of forest area. That's right, huh? Oh, Matty,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm right in the heart of it.
oh yeah, Matty.
Beautiful though.
I know, right? I've been through there. Matty, here we go. Okay, the situation was already pretty much derailed, and Brandon said
Yeah.
earlier, "No, I'm not. I'm not asking anybody for no trade. I'm just saying, will somebody please talk to me, Matty? I mean, Brandon Aiyuk went this route, and I don't really think his heart's in it. Whose fault is this? I, who are you blaming between the front office and
Probably
BA?
a little bit of both, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one of those funny
Detroit versus
teenage relationships.
everybody.
Yeah, Detroit, nothing. It's like one of those teenage relationships. It's like, neither one of them wants to put in all the effort. And it's like, man, where's the in between on keeping him around? I know. What do we offer him, like 26?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Manny,
Something like that.
I do question though the diplomacy between the two. I don't. You're not going to have to come and find me. You know how John Lynch once said, "My door is always open." So what if John? I'm Brandon Aiyuk. Can I walk up to the office? Yay. Yo, it's me, Brandon. Come on in, Brandon. Are they going to do that? Or are they going to why does he feel this way? I don't get that.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering too. I kind of was thinking the same thing. I'm like, is he fabricating some of it? Like, is he just is he getting coached by Deebo?
See, that's why I don't like the way the 49ers do business like that. I've never heard of any other. Well, Jerry Jones, I think, might be doing it to some degree. But I've not heard of any organization that just pretty much turns the lights out and goes home when somebody's walking around with a problem. I don't get that part, and that's the picture I'm getting. Man, I don't know about. Are you seeing something similar? What are you seeing? I don't get this.
Well, and also a question for you too. I heard something about, and then you re-mentioned it. Something about what's his face getting hurt. The new guy.
Ricky Pearsall. Yeah.
Ricky, yeah. What's wrong with him?
They haven't told us. They won't tell us. There's so much hush
Oh my gosh.
in the NFL. The 49ers won't divulge as to what their real issue is. They've already made clear, though, that Brandon Aiyuk's asking for too much money and they're not willing to go that route. And apparently the agent's really being stubborn.
Yeah.
I mean, see, we started making assumptions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I
really
I'm
kind of wondering. I just wish they'd figure it out, man. Like, you guys, the problem is like, you can't, I don't know, can you really afford to take those penalties for not showing up to camp? And then like how far are you willing to hold out? Like, that's still, like, even if he doesn't get what he's fully expecting, like, if he just takes the salary for next year, what was that, like $14.1 million? Like, that's a lot of money, dude.
14, give one more point. He's worth more than that, of course. I mean, no way.
He is, I agree. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, you're gonna miss out on that money, just because you want to be loudmouth. Like, give me a break, dude.
And the 49ers can outweigh him too.
And then they can, and that's the thing. And then it's like, then if you're gonna make a big deal about it, and you're gonna go out and kind of play half-ass, then like, is anybody like, you're just gonna make yourself look bad, dude.
Mm. Manny, Ryan Clark says 49ers Brock Purdy would suffer without Brandon Aiyuk. Daniel Orlovsky says the Rams are going to win the division. There's a lot of weight being put on the importance of Brandon Aiyuk. It's a second effort to help BA get paid. Do you agree with any of this?
Rams aren't scary anything past them being a divisional opponent of ours, and they always play us tough. Beyond that, they're not getting anywhere. Like, they'd be lucky if they made a wild card spot, dude.
Yeah, I know they got some more time they got to put in before they start just kicking ass and taking divisions. I don't see that.
Yeah,
either.
I mean, I don't feel like they're like all the way chumps. I always liked Matt Stafford. When he was with the Lions.
Yeah.
My buddy's a Lions fan, so I rooted for Matt Stafford for a while. Seems like a good dude.
No,
but I mean, like, I don't know. I always hate the Seahawks.
I know. You know, but you know what? If that indeed, Matty, first few weeks of the season, right? Okay, I'm already concerned about the Jets. We play the Rams. What week next? Oh man, I got to keep that schedule in front of me.
Like week 3. Or is it week 2?
It's early in the season. I think you're right. 2 or 3. Okay, so
it is. Absolutely.
We go in and lay an egg against the Jets, of which I will not be surprised because the Jets are really stacked. And now, next week, here come whomever, and then the Rams, right? And the Rams somehow sneak by us by a field goal. There's Brandon Aiyuk sitting home. Told y'all, you don't listen to me, do you? I could have won that game for you by myself. Okay, see now.
Just running his mouth on Instagram.
See, that's how. So he's going to be supporting other teams until if we win 5 or 6 in a row, he comes back. But not until about week 6 or 7. If we're losing, Brandon Aiyuk sits back and is calling and making comical calls on them. Man, this could really play out really badly for us.
Well, it could. Yeah, well, it's still, it's going to play out badly for him too. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's paying for every week too. Yeah.
But still, I'm glad you brought that up, dude. Like, I'm not buying into that bullshit about him about Purdy not being any good without Brandon Aiyuk. He makes connections with everybody else in that team.
Yeah. And
who threw that dime to Juszczyk in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that was our guy.
Yeah,
there's weapons out there.
Who threw those dimes? The kid on the end zone. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Brock Purdy did.
Same guy.
Yeah. Same Brock Purdy that looks looking pretty buff now, dude.
Hey, ain't he? I'm starting to worry. Hey, Brock, don't get so powered up that you can't use your arms, man. You got to throw the ball. You got to make a little flexibility out there. The Incredible Hulk, you don't need to be.
No, you don't. That's so true.
God.
But yeah, no, it looks like we play the Rams week 3.
Okay.
But the Jets, man, first game of our season, man.
Oh,
like if they come out and they punch us in the mouth for some reason and we don't win that game at home, dude, that's not gonna feel real good.
But there's no shame in that. That team equals us in a lot of categories. And Devontae.
But at the same time,
Campbell and Rodgers knows Campbell. Do you know Devondre was the worst in the league against the pass and defending passes? He was the worst. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's a system. Coming out of Atlanta, he wasn't considered the worst.
I don't know. That's tough.
We're gonna be educated on that real quick because if Aaron goes
that's
after,
no joke, my friend.
No, I know if Aaron goes after Devondre right away. Oh my God! And that big running back comes lumbering through there for passes as well. Oh man, we got a new DC. Yeah. I got Dre Greenlaw missing.
Man.
Oh my God. Oh, my. You know what? Let me not.
So it's like one of those things they call it the makings for a perfect storm.
I'll see you Sunday. All right, and probably a lot from here to next week because I've gotten some of my things.
We'll hear him running his mouth anyways.
I know. God.
We'll hear something.
We're gonna be
okay.
Okay.
Something.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If you're a 49er fan, the drama's always happening. All right, man. Yeah. I'll see you Sunday.
But if we play game 1 and we punch him in the mouth and we come out looking good, dude, I have a feeling that's going to be the momentum to really get us running through the first part of the season before the bye week. So, anyways, man, I'll see you Sunday, dude.
Looking forward to it, Matty. You have a great night.
All right, buddy. You too.
Night, buddy. Yes. Night, fam. Let's go ahead and get Double A in here. Double A.
What's up, Rombo?
Double A, the thing is, if you don't read anything or stay off of any social media platforms regarding football, you probably won't be at all concerned or your mind's wheels won't start turning. I'm looking at Orlovsky saying things like the 49ers are not even contenders without Brandon Aiyuk. I think that's that statement got a little lofty, but the Rams would win the NFC West. I think Orlovsky's magic words there were the Rams would win the NFC West. You know how much we don't appreciate the fact that the Rams even exist? Their uniform sucks. Their fan base is, for the most part, they're as irritating as the measles. You know, it's just that you can't stand that fact. The Rams are the new Hawk representatives. Remember the Hawks, how bad they used to burn us up? I don't even care about the Hawks anymore. Now it's the Rams fans, right? And, of course, then you have guys like Ryan Clark saying Brock Purdy will suffer without Brandon Aiyuk. I mean, him saying that he needs to be traded. Double A. What do you do? What do you do? And I'm still mad about how the 49ers don't talk to their people. I could be wrong. Maybe they are talking to them. But why Brandon Aiyuk came out and said, well, I mean, they ain't talking, so just go ahead and trade me then. Do you agree with that?
Man. I mean, it's a weird situation. I mean, if I'm the 49ers, Rondo, I would get the deal done as soon as possible because first, you don't want the locker room to be like crumble like that because, you know, they're going to feel.
You think they can feel some kind of way?
You know,
yeah. No, you know, Double A. Honestly, they've already talked about that. They're trying to stay out of it, and in fact, they're not even encouraging them one way or the other because they know how they feel about their contracts, right? So these are all polished vets. If we had a room full of rookies, this would be not good because they would see Brandon Aiyuk as an example. But since we've had so many guys go through that already, the veterans will keep things pretty much in perspective as far as business versus football. Saying things like, you know what? They'll get it done. And when they get it done, they'll come back in. We'll forget about the whole thing and get ready to go get that 6th ring. So, yeah, it's probably not going to tear the locker room apart.
Yeah, then again, it may not hurt the locker room, but yeah, in second, you gotta get him on the field for training camp.
Yes.
Because he wanted to get the reps with Brock Purdy and them.
Get that rhythm, get that timing. Takes a
And
few minutes.
don't pay him late like Nick Bosa did last year when he signed that contract on the Wednesday, like 3 days before they played Pittsburgh last year. So yeah.
And he didn't look good. You know, you can't expect a guy to look good. Even though he's working out. Nick Bosa, nobody works out harder than Nick Bosa. So, yeah, Jesus. It's just unfortunate. Everybody comes in. Deebo came in looking like poo-poo. I mean, people were fat shaming him because he looked way out of shape. Fred didn't look like Fred. I mean, no matter how good the ball player is, if he was in a contract negotiation with the 49ers before the season started, he just didn't look like the guy that they paid.
Yeah, and think about the teams like Philadelphia, and Detroit. They paid their wide receivers early before, their training camp. So
sure.
that way
that's the way you do.
And yeah, and I don't know why the 49ers do business like late in July, during training camp. So
I think this is just their style. And a lot of teams have already criticized them for this old. I understand this. This was a method other teams used in the past, and I don't really remember this. But, yeah. 49ers are being criticized for their negotiation tactics with their players. There's no need to go through this every year in the same fashion. So in this case, we could look for this to be the same way with Brock Purdy next year. So, But what you do is you trade him or get on with it, or go ahead and come to some kind of conclusion. The 49ers need to be a little more flexible. Okay, you offered him 25, 26. You don't show your whole hand, AA. If I offer you 25 or 26, realistically, I'm willing to go up to 28 in my mind. If I can get you to take the 25 or 26, I will. But if that doesn't work and I'm almost started with Kemp, then I go ahead and at least move $1 more million up, so now it makes him look bad. Because, Brandon, I'm 27.5. Can you live with that? And if he still says what he says, I may consider entertaining a trade. Because now I'm realizing that if I pay him what he asked for, then everybody that comes up for a contract negotiation is going to pull the same thing. And I imagine this is what the 49ers are concerned about, is how their relationship with the rest of the guys is going to be from now on. Well, you gave Ben 32. No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So, yeah, it's a tactic. It's got to be done with skill.
Oh yeah, and also the 49ers have the leverage to make him play on his fifth-year option and tag him next season.
2 seasons.
Oh yeah, two. Yeah, I forgot. So, and about the linebacker position, you know who's I'm really excited to see.
Who?
D. Winters.
Yeah.
I really think he's going to have a good season.
Yeah, because Devontae gets smoked out there. Everybody's going to go after him with routes. His coverage skills are suspect. I didn't realize that. I didn't pay much attention to him when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah, I think Campbell said he didn't like the way Green Bay used him.
Yeah, he did say that. He needed to say that because he got abused. We'll see. Otherwise, D, your time might have come. So, all right, AA. I'm gonna see you on Twitter. I still can't make myself call it X. The X. I just can't get used to that.
I still call it Twitter. So.
I know, it automatically comes out of your mouth. Twitter. X. No, I can't remember that. We've been saying Twitter forever. All right, fam.
For real.
I'll see you Sunday.
I remember. Have
right,
a good night, fam.
You too. Thanks, AA. And we move over here quickly to see Anthony. Anthony.
Well, my man.
Anthony, man, we're sitting back here, and I'm starting. You know how every year I do this, though, because we've had 4 or 5 years to do this. I start blaming both sides. Usually everybody says, if you don't want to play here, then you can get the hell up out of here. Everybody, first thing people do is blame the player. I say, look, man, that dude's got every right to ask for his money. He earned it. He gave us a great season last year. So, and then the 49ers go into quiet mode. The Niners, come on, man, continue to negotiate. Don't be quiet. What is he thinking? So, I'm blaming both on that end. And also the linebacker situation. We can't afford a bad linebacker. What do you think, fam?
I think.
Anthony, can you turn that down a little bit in the background because it's coming right into the speaker. It's a delay.
Oh, that's my bad, man.
All right, now I can hear you. All right, go ahead, fam.
I think it's John Lynch's fault.
You think so? Okay.
Waiting like that.
And quietly. Don't say nothing. Just leave an Aiyuk wondering. He's called every meeting. Aiyuk, the player, called the meeting. John, why didn't you call the meeting?
They sat back into these other wide receivers organizations, paid them all this money, and now your players looking at them like, oh, I want to get paid too.
Yeah. So that's where the 49ers are walking cautiously with this. You start giving every player everything they want. And this time I have to agree with the 49ers. Brandon Aiyuk does not deserve Justin Jefferson type cash. He just doesn't. It's not a knock on him. It's just that he doesn't do the same thing as JJ. Okay? I don't know why he's unreasonable like that.
To me, you sit back, look at him. I think he kind of now, he realized he not stuck his foot in his mouth. So he ain't got no choice but to go on through with it.
Pretty much it. Else you lose face. If you back off now, oh man, you soft, man. You backed off. You know why? Oh man, you asked for $30 million. You stick with it. Yeah.
I mean, because he said it for himself. He called himself the fourth option.
I didn't know, which was already bad on his part.
He said it himself.
I know. But, you know, I think he meant it in the way that I'm the fourth option on this team, and I'm still outplaying everybody. That's what he's trying to say as far as productivity goes. I led the team in yards with half the work. I was blocking. I was doing all I was asked to do.
See what Jawan Dennis said. He fired back at him.
What did JJ say?
He said it takes a special kind of person to say what Aiyuk said. When he does a doggone well, he's crap. He wasn't because of him that they make it was what they make. It's everybody else.
Oh yeah. That's a synchronized machine he's a part of. He's not the supercharger. Well, okay, he might be. Maybe call him a supercharger. But he's not the entire engine. Because there are some receivers that are.
He come on there talking about we want to make. I like, man, it's clear that he must don't watch us play, man.
The analysts, they're all saying the same thing.
CMC.
Yeah. We pretty much run the offense to him.
Yeah. And then Purdy started looking for Brandon Aiyuk.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know, Anthony, Brock Purdy, he's got that big play mentality anyway. I think he's looking for Aiyuk.
Yeah.
Maybe the majority of the time he'd like to tag Aiyuk deep downfield because he'll let that thing fly in a heartbeat. As some people call it, noodle arm and all. He'll let that ball fly, right? And him and Aiyuk have made some great plays. But they see the playbook, he's only going to be a part of the offense. And it's going to be set up in a way where the defense is on their heels. And then, as JJ was alluding to, Brandon, you get a lot of what you do due to the efforts of everybody on the offense. It ain't all about just you.
That's right.
He knows that. He's just talking about everybody else is getting paid. How come I can't get paid? Aiyuk is being a little immature about this as far as that goes, though. You need to look at the whole picture.
He acting like a little kid, man. He's home.
I do think he's as good as St. Brown over in Detroit, though. If you give him St. Brown money, I think he'd be fine with that. You know, but the 49ers talk about 25, 26.
Give him some with a little guarantee, he'll be all right.
And then there's that. But the annual seems to mean a lot to these guys. The guarantee, I don't know. Hopefully that'll make more, carry more weight. But I don't understand. But from what we said, we don't know what they're talking about. So it's a problem.
John, listen to them. They staying fast this time. They ain't moving, boy.
I know. Next Friday's almost here, Anthony. Next Friday. And Anthony, if I were to make a bet right now, a friendly bet, I said, I bet you $10 that Brandon Aiyuk is still sitting at home and they have to call him. Brandon, you coming out today? No, I'm pretty busy today, man. Brandon, you still play for the 49ers? I don't know.
It's clear that he want to play.
I mean, come on, man.
He want to play for him.
God.
He want to play for him now. Man.
He does. See, because Anthony, you and I can't imagine a man getting 27, 28 mil a year, a guarantee of $80 million, or so, well, $50 million. I cannot imagine that making me mad. Of course, I guess you have to live on both sides of that fence. I don't get it.
But Raiders, they say they'll take their trade. They'll take their trade.
First round pick?
You give us Devontae Adams, and they'll take Aiyuk.
Did they say that? I haven't read anything about that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. BA's not even near 30 years old yet, and then they get Devontae can stop whining. He can leave, and we can get us a Super Bowl. You know what? We'll see how that may develop even further. The 49ers may finally get frustrated. There's something different this year about this particular holdout. I don't know what it is, but it is. Anthony, we got to roll though.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Huh? Can you feel it? We got to roll though. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Rambo.
Appreciate you, Anthony. Always love talking to you.
I appreciate you too, Rambo.
All right, Phil. Night, Anthony. Let's go out to Tennessee, where the Master Dragon is on the telephone. He is Papa Dragon. Papa.
What is going on, Rombo?
I wish I knew. I would give anything to be a janitor, anybody that's just around the facility all the time. And I want to put bugs in the room. I want to know, what are y'all talking about? Why is this such a struggle? I really want to know. What is it? Are you guys never calling him? You can't expect him to sit quietly and he's calling all the meetings and you're not even saying anything to him? How are you going to do? Pop, reflect some light on this.
Look. Let's call it negotiation. You get more done. You know what I'm saying? You get more done with syrup than you do vinegar.
Damn right. Covers
right?
better.
So, I'll be honest with you. The real question is, does Aiyuk have leverage?
He has zero. Zip, nada.
What leverage does he have?
Nothing. Other than the fact he's a good ball player.
Last time I talked to somebody about it, basically they were apart on guaranteed money. And basically, how it was recently phrased in conversation was that a counter offer was sent back in regards to guaranteed money based on the 4 to 5 year deal that was submitted to him. Now, again, all these deals are subjective. Just because they say it's 4 or 5 years doesn't mean it's 4 or 5 years. Doesn't mean that.
A couple of years, sure.
It just doesn't.
Option.
Jimmy Garoppolo was the highest paid quarterback in the league for about a week, right? But if you look at the contract, it's basically, they're a series of 1 year deals. Same thing with Kaepernick. A series of 1 year deals. A lot of these times, the 49ers have not really dove head first into a large contract. They just haven't.
Rarely.
They just haven't.
I can't remember the last time they've done that.
No, I think the closest they've done it, I'm probably going to say is Bosa. The closest that they've done like this real
Bosa.
big ticket contract. Everybody in the league knows, kind of a thing. Now, let me go ahead and talk from the viewpoint of the current 49ers. Right? Here's the deal, Mr. Aiyuk. We are the unofficial 8-time Super Bowl champion. Unofficial.
It's unofficial, yeah.
In fact,
we had no business losing those games.
Would have just waited until we got to him. He would have 3 Super Bowl rings right now instead of just 1.
Amen.
Rombo, we don't run a lemonade stand. Okay?
That's right.
This is Kyle's world. You're just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Now get your ass in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Until I tell you to come out. So you mean to tell me, after all we've done for you in your career, you have the nerve to want more money before your contract is even expired? And your way of negotiating these millions of dollars is to get on social media and try to make us look like a fool?
Or the bad guys.
So I tell you what, this is what's going to happen. We got your little counter offer about the guaranteed money. I'll get back to you after training camp has started. Let me see what my other players look like. Because this ain't no lemonade stand, Aiyuk. This ain't no lemonade stand, right? You admittedly said you are the fourth option. That's what you said. We're trying to pay you like the fourth option.
You got to watch what you say.
Why? Because life ain't fair. And I already told you that whether it's nepotism or nepotism, Kyle Shanahan is God of the 49ers. We can do no wrong, Rombo. We are the 8-time unofficial Super Bowl champions. And the Rams, you're welcome. You wouldn't have a championship right now.
Yes.
If Stafford would have done the smart thing and waited by the phone day and night for God Emperor Shanahan to call. You could have had 3. You only got 1.
Yeah. And he's going to leave there
we
with
don't
1.
lose Super Bowls. Super Bowls are stolen from us. Stolen.
Amen. The gospel truth has been told.
Stolen. It is official. It is stolen from us, Rombo. We cannot be beat. We have the greatest team on earth. And you want to try to wreck the greatest team on earth? If we pay you, I got to let a bunch of people go. Why would I let the number 1 option go? And the number 2 option go? And the number 3 option go to keep your 4th option ass? So you want to negotiate on social media, Aiyuk?
Yeah.
Then you wait for us to DM you back, or I'll post a video of God Emperor Shanahan picking out one of his baseball hats, listening to Lil Wayne as he's on his elliptical. And then we'll look at the screen and we'll say, I'm doing a documentary on how we fucked with you.
Wouldn't that be
not, and the name of the documentary is The 49ers. It's not a lemonade stand. And if you were a lemonade stand, God damn it, you can't have no lemonade. You can have some country time. You can have some Kool-Aid with your little
chemicals. There's no lemons in there anywhere.
Yeah.
You know something, Doc, was
that's my viewpoint from the 49ers.
Well, you know,
the viewpoint from IU is lunacy. It's lunacy. I'm sorry, dude. I'm with you. I understand. I wish I had 10 guys just like you, but you got to look at the math, big brother. You got to look at the math. The math says that there are like 8 receivers coming out to every defensive lineman, 20 receivers to every good offensive lineman, okay, 35 receivers to every good elite running back. The numbers aren't on your side. We can get someone late, okay? We can go get us an Amon-Ra somewhere in the 3rd, 4th round. That's the reality. You are not crucial. You aren't. So for you to get on social media and try to do what you're doing right now, trust me, no one wants to help you in that situation. I'm not going to negotiate over a house for this that way. I'm not going to negotiate for a car that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it. Let your people do what they're supposed to do. Let them try to ask for too much money and break the bank and see if the 49ers come back. But since they're not coming back, son, you're playing on that franchise tag.
Yeah.
Next year.
And you're going to pay that 5th-year option as a contract reads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you'll probably you could be here 2-3 more years, man.
Mad as hell.
Mad as hell. And And you're part of the reason you're mad. You are part of the reason.
But you know what?
You're part of the reason you're mad.
This is why you see lawyers always tell their client, all right, don't say another word. We'll meet you in court. You know what? Brandon Aiyuk shot himself in the neck and foot by saying I'm the fourth option on this team. That made clear to everybody who knows nothing about football, even that why are you asking for so much money then? God, Jesus, wow.
For all we know right now, the 49ers just don't want to deal with his representative. Well, fire your agent. Get somebody that they will deal with. We don't know what the situation is. We have no clue. That's
why I said I want to know.
No clue.
I'm so curious about their conversations and what's being said. Why are you guys not talking to each other? Bob, we got to go. And let's continue this Sunday, Bob, because it's always fun to talk about that madness that 49ers call negotiation.
Yes. Shout out to the usual suspects. I hope everyone is well. May God bless and hold you. God bless America, Rambo. God bless Rambo Sports. And please like and subscribe. And, Rambo, before I go, somehow I got unsubscribed to Rambo Sports. Don't know how.
Unsubscribe.
So giving everybody here listening a shout out. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you have alerts checked off, and make sure you like the video.
I've heard of that happening before, but had nothing to do with
that is
the
officially
person.
happened.
That's a YouTube thing, I think. I wonder why they would do that, because that's not possible otherwise.
I have no idea.
Weird. Anyway,
I'm not that hated, am I?
No, it may be.
Yeah,
they don't appreciate you talking about Mrs. So and so's son.
Go ahead and unsubscribe Papa Dragon here. This is Rambo. Unsubscribe Papa Dragon. He's an absolute nut job. Thinks he stole cold steel off. Thinks he knows everything. He's always trying.
Pop, thanks for noticing that and the heads up on that. Appreciate that. All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday, Pop.
All right, man.
You're my best of the Dragon Clan. Bam! Boom!
Absolutely.
This is Dragon. Night, fam.
Oh, they're getting big, Rambo. They're
I
getting
bet.
big.
Yep. Probably getting talented.
5'5" and 5'4". 11 at 11.
Ooh, that's wow. That is luck. All right, Pop. Before production throws us both off, I'll see you Sunday.
My bad, production.
No, you're okay.
Detroit blows everybody.
Night, Pop. Let's go, Lorenzo.
What up, Rambo?
Lorenzo, same old bleep, different day. You know, Lorenzo, for the longest while, I have decided that Brandon Aiyuk was out of line, trying to go and get too much money that he wasn't really worthy of. But now I'm not so mad at him about that as I am the 49ers, not saying a word to him and having him call all the meetings. And then all of a sudden he says, well, trade me then. See, that the flashlight is, I need help. Somebody help me. They won't talk to me. They won't pay me. They won't even give me another offer. They just closed up and said, bye, Brandon. So I feel his pain on that.
Yeah.
But he got to
I think Papa Dragon must have been looking at my notes or something.
Because you feeling this. You feeling it, huh?
Yeah, kind of basically the same. I'm like, God damn, doesn't he's barely he's still on contract.
Yeah, he's got.
I mean, what the hell ever happened to honoring your contract? You know?
Yes.
At least wait till next year. You know? But he doesn't have any. He's. I don't know.
That's why the 49ers are ignoring him, just to let him know.
Yeah.
Ben, we don't know if anybody told you or not, but your fifth-year option.
Yeah. Would you want Brandon Aiyuk? I don't know. I think they got to just make him sit, for acting like that, Well, because you really can't get anything out of him this year, I mean.
Yeah, I know, right?
Unless you get like maybe a first or second round and an offensive lineman or something that's worth the shit,
Lorenzo, nobody's going to do that. Are you going to give him? Are you giving the 49ers a first-round pick, maybe a second-round pick next year? Because the 49ers are going to push that deal. Yeah, and they're going to say, and then you got to pay him what he thinks he should be getting.
Yeah,
nobody's going to do that.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the ones that was it that Mayoko the other day.
Yeah, Matt.
And it was like, yeah, he was arguing for Brandon. I guess, like, you know what? Whenever I heard the way it sounded, like, well, he still did. He doesn't have a leg to stand on, really, but he should get his money because, I don't know if he can get by. He might be able to get by on $14 million this year. Like, what the fuck? Seriously, dude? $14 million. I mean, that's but they were offering him what? At least double that, right?
Yes.
26, 20.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? So I just kind of quit listening after that. I mean, whatever. But like I run like a construction crew. I always like make it like like a bunch of bricklayers. Like one acts up. I mean, they're all talented. But you got the same little personalities all over if you got a big crew. But yeah, it's so somebody like that. It's better just to let them go.
Have you had to do that? Guy got so full of himself that he said, "Look, man, I need this, and this, and if y'all can handle that, I got another job down the road I can go to." Well, I guess you can go ahead and go to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and usually you're paying them well anyway. Competitive.
Yeah,
like, look,
yeah.
You're not, that guy's as good as you. That guy's at least as good as you. That one over there, because they're all good.
The bottom line is the 49ers, like Pop was saying, I got to let 4 or 5 receivers go just to keep you. Because all those guys we talk about who could come in and make a splash, Ronnie Bell's out of here. Some of the new guys that we've had, some of the guys we've been working on for the last year. Danny Gray may as well come in and call and tell everybody, look, I know y'all going to do me, so I'm going to just go ahead and leave right now so I can see if I can jump on another club. That unit will be cut in half just to make sure that Brandon Aiyuk gets his money.
And I don't know what the hell you guys are doing listening to Orlovsky,
I know. Orlovsky, he says wild things just to get attention. He knows people going to trip on that.
Yeah. What's that other fool's name? That was instigating shit.
That's why Stephen A. Smith works his butt all the time. I love it when Stephen gets it, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't said that one thing, and fuck them Cowboys.
There you go. you and Brian says the same thing about the Rams.
Rams aren't really too big a problem. They can't. They don't.
No, we got no history with the Rams. The Rams haven't done anything to be concerned about.
Yeah, they can't. At least Cowboys, they matched us in Super Bowls. I
know, and the madness that we went through with them. All through these Super Bowls and all the crap talking. And all of us have had a conversation with the Cowboy fan at least 2 or 3 times. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you just want to smack them over the head, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
you look at, this is going to have to end soon. I don't want this disruption for the team, though. I want the 49ers to go in feeling whole and fortified with the fact that they're together. We're going to go for this as a team. This is it, guys. We got to get this done. I don't want to hear about
even if it's franchise tag him, you don't want a disgruntled Aiyuk either. He's like a cancer.
Yes.
You get that in your crew. It's like a cancer in there, and everybody has a shitty attitude.
Yeah. People the camps start developing. You got the Aiyuk camp. You got the anti-Aiyuks.
Yeah, then each game he sits out, I think that goes back to the next year's salary cap too. Anyway, so the money he misses out on, I think that's what the deal is with this year's
I wasn't
contract.
aware of that, but it makes sense though.
Yeah, so if he sits out, they don't have to pay. He loses like 1.2. He loses quite a bit of money.
Well,
and they don't have to. But that goes back into like the pot for next year's salary cap.
If he has to be back by week 8, I think, midway through the season. That may have changed since the league has expanded one more game. Yeah. But it used to be, I think, week 8. If that player has not reported by that week, then he is not going to get paid for that season. So then, players come rushing back in at that point.
So then he'll be in the same boat next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to be restricted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going to be on contract.
Mm-hmm.
So, he doesn't really have a whole lot of say in it, but he thinks he does, But you've never seen him just take over a game, like the $30 million receivers do.
JJ, yeah,
yeah,
or even
like they just
AJ
take
Brown.
over,
Yeah, we don't. But Lorenzo, we don't play like that though. The 49ers will beat you up with a gang beating. They don't have one guy that they just depend on all the time. CMC might be the closest thing to that, but everybody else is part of the game.
Yeah, everybody's got their, they got their part. It's a team. It's a team. They're a good team.
Yeah.
If he goes somewhere else, you might do like Jimmy. I love Jimmy and all, but he went to the Raiders.
My God, it just ruined his whole career. Brandon Aiyuk,
that O-line was even worse than ours.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But you know what? Brandon Aiyuk might be in a situation where if he's out there isolated against whatever defender and everybody's going to put the best defender on him, he might wear that dude out. He may be as good as he thinks he is. But on this team, you're playing a part. Play the part. Or else I guess they're going to have to trade him.
Yeah, and Purdy, he's always been pretty. The only thing everybody gets wrong, he's just like a little baby face,
No, unbelievable somebody what he did.
I think even last year I said he's not small. He's pretty thick.
Yeah.
He was pretty thick when he first came out. I noticed that about him right away. He's not a small guy.
Big neck.
And everybody goes, oh wow, look at him. I said, no shit.
We gotta go, fam. I'll see you Sunday. Let's continue.
Have a good weekend. Be safe.
You too, fam. Appreciate you, Rizzo. There's Rizzo out in beautiful New Mexico. Hey, yo, Casey.
Rumbo.
Casey.
What's shaking?
Well, I'm kind of shaking because I don't want this to bleed over into the season and affect what we do, and because in case if we lose any games like between 1 and week 5, and Brandon Aiyuk is still sitting down, we're gonna blame him. And then I'm going to blame the organization because you guys should have got this worked out. You're all responsible. And us as fans have had enough. And if you don't win that Super Bowl this year, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You start to feel that momentum of rage building up. Because they're irresponsible, Case. This has got to get done. Stop fooling around.
Yeah, Rumbo, I think they're going to exercise the franchise tag next year on Brandon Aiyuk.
Do you really think so? Would you do that,
man?
Casey?
I mean, Rumbo, I don't know what I would do. I've done a lot more for a lot less.
Casey, the thing is, I don't want a pissed off Brandon Aiyuk. I want him to be all in. I don't,
Focus,
making him play. It's like we're holding him hostage and giving and he thinks slave wages. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That one caller said when Deebo was out 3 games, where was Aiyuk? So,
yeah. See that?
When they were on that 3-game losing streak, right?
Oh, you know what the bad thing is? I look back at the stats. Aiyuk actually had a couple of those games were pretty good.
And we've talked about this before. He's kind of like Klay Thompson. When he's hot, he's hot. When he's not, he's not. So, I like Aiyuk a lot. I love that he's the homegrown talent. I don't know exactly what's going on. It's all a business, man.
I know, right?
ESPN loves the Aiyuk headline. But I'd rather blame Aiyuk than blame Jimmy G.
Yeah.
So I'd say we're doing better already.
Yeah, because Brandon doesn't know what it would like to be with another team. He just knows that we're not. He just feels mistreated.
Yeah,
right?
like where else would you want to play if you're Brandon Aiyuk? You want to get the ring this year, right? I mean, with Deebo and everybody. I mean,
No, Casey, that's the thing. Brandon would rather get paid than get that ring. Guarantee you that. If they ask him candidly, Brandon, would you rather come in and continue to play out your 5th-year option of that $14.2 million, or would you rather leave here and go play for the Panthers? How much they go pay me? They'll give you $30 million. I'm gone. He would.
Well, he's not going to Detroit. He's not. Where is he realistically?
No, Detroit's got plenty. They don't need it. They don't need Brandon. He goes to Washington. Maybe the Broncos. Think about teams that are struggling with wide receivers. The Broncos just got rid of all their people. The Panthers are trying to rebuild something.
It would make sense to go to the Packers, right?
No, the Packers got plenty. Buffalo, I can see.
I
Buffalo.
can't name anyone on the Packers wide receiving corps, man.
Well, they got that kid that played with Trey. He should be coming back from his injury this year. It seems to me Packers have another receiver that's not bad. He's kind of young. They got two of those. Yeah, the Packers don't need to pay. They're not going to pay him $30 million to give the 49ers. It's within the division. They're not going to give the 49ers a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing.
Well,
it's going to be too
Rombo?
expensive for most teams.
The real question that I have tonight is, when are we going to get that Brock Purdy fat head next to Montana? It's been a long time.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Just chill up there.
We're waiting for him to go ahead and get that done. That puts him in another echelon where he's actually eligible to go on the wall.
Does Brock need to win the Super Bowl to make the fat?
No, you do either that or you need to be a Hall of Famer. Because otherwise, I'm taking it up, I'm taking it down. I mean, having Jimmy up there had people just livid.
Well, so, Rumbo, are you eliminating?
Jimmy was good at one time.
Are you eliminating Jimmy? Was Jimmy up there? And I don't remember this.
No, Jimmy was up there. I got so many hate notices about that. Oh, Jimmy was hated.
Oh, no.
I'm talking bitterness.
I've erased it from my memory.
Yeah.
But so, Rumbo, are you eliminating Frank Gore from the conversation?
No, Frank is actually eligible. That's what I'm saying. Frank, Roger Craig, as far as running backs go, Dwight Clark, even Coach. We got a couple of coaches that could go up there as well. When you think about...
Well, Rumbo, I vote for one of two of my favorite players. If it's not Frank Gore, I think it should be Andy Lee. What do you think about that?
It's difficult case.
Hey, man. Back in the day,
at least you didn't say Daniel Brunskill.
Those were our Pro Bowlers, man. Andy Lee was the 5-star field flipping general, man.
Yeah, he was.
I'll never forgive the 49ers for what they did to Andy, man. He might still be in the league.
Wait, if you feel bad about that, Andy, how about T.O.? T.O. helped himself out, though, too.
Yeah, no, I have nothing against T.O. I would put Frank. I would put Frank at the top. Frank and Brock.
How about defenders? Because Willis is
Patrick
definitely
Willis all day. Yeah, especially after the Hall of Fame.
So,
which, when you think about it, is pretty phenomenal to play 8 years and make it into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, but look at those 8 years. Boy, I'm talking high quality stuff.
Ooh-wee. Yeah.
Willis. My God, he got it done. We got a linebacker thing coming up this year because we gotten used to Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw just mopping up the floor with people out there. That's not going to be the case this year. Fred's going to have to get some help from somewhere else. Is it going to be equal anywhere near to Dre Greenlaw? That's a worrisome situation.
Yeah, that's very concerning, Rombo. I mean, that really sunk the ship there in the Super Bowl. But Rombo, I'm over trying to beat the Kansas City Zebras. I don't care anymore.
You and me both.
I've
Phil
watched
Bennett's is going to be the ref. Oh.
I've watched the NFL my entire life, Rombo, and I know what's going on. Nick Bosa in his rookie years, it was something different, man. It was like, second year shows around and he's getting held every play and all this stuff.
I mean, choked down to the ground. You could see the dude's elbow and Nick trying to get away, and the dude falls down and takes Nick with him. So that. Ooh, ref. You didn't see that, right? Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
And they really need Hufanga back, too. They need Hufanga and Dre back for sure.
Yeah, we see.
I mean, honestly, if I'm going to say hats off to the Chiefs, it's going to be their secondary. Their secondary really showed up.
Didn't they? Hey, shut. Yeah. And they didn't shut Aiyuk down as much as it was said, but they did get rid of Deebo. And Kyle wasn't running plays for Aiyuk that day. I don't know. Maybe Kyle was worried about him asking for more money. Can you imagine the businessman getting into things to that degree?
Well, Rumbo, Kyle doesn't know if Aiyuk is going to be alive on Sunday, so he's got to.
You should plan for him then. Casey, we gotta go. I'll see you Sunday, and let's pick up where we left off.
Yeah, sounds good, man. We're almost in training camp, huh?
Yeah, next week. Friday.
Time flies, man.
Finally. Yeah, I know.
All right, Rumble. Hey, let me just say, Detroit versus themselves, they don't have a Rumble sport.
They can't beat us
Netherlands, the Congo. All right, Rumble. Have a good night, man.
I'd love to see them down there. They'd get fast. They'd be a part of the food chain. Just can't y'all see him Sunday.
Sounds like a plan, Rumble. The Reverend Rumble Sports and the 5-time world champion San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, indeed.
Have a blessed night.
You too, Case. And good to see Nikita back. I guess he's feeling okay. Nikita, you had us scared there. We heard about what happened. Okay, good. Take good care of yourself now. Hey, Frank.
Rumble.
Frank, come on in here, fam.
What's up with you?
Oh, fam, it's getting just on everybody's nerves. The 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk. Brandon came out the other day and said, all right, y'all ain't got nothing to say? Trade me. Oh, man, now it's went to the next level, Frank. It ain't getting no better. It's not getting no better. We got a few days to go between now and the opening of camp. And Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers. And a lot of people already, a lot of these media people saying, you guys cannot do without Brandon Aiyuk. Oh, man, don't help him. Don't help Brandon think these things. Come on, man. And also about our linebackers, man, I don't know, Frank. I'm a little concerned about that. We'll see what Devondre looks like, but Devondre gets smoked a lot. Well, how you feeling?
Yeah, this Aiyuk situation. It got me, Rumble. If we would have just got the deal done before Devontae, what's his name?
JJ got paid.
They second best receiver. He gets $28 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you letting the market go up. So of course, he gonna want more money. I mean, yeah, I look at it. Even when we in crucial moments, him and Purdy have a real good connection with one another.
It's beautiful.
So we got to be honest with that, man. Like when we played Green Bay, I think was third and 7. He caught the ball from his shoelaces.
I know, right?
Up,
that ball he picked off that dude's head in Detroit.
Yeah.
I do not want Brandon Aiyuk leaving.
That was the turnaround. Right there with all the little circus catch. But
nobody else would have made that
his
play.
Concentration to catch that ball. So I think, the way he, I can't even say the way he's going about it wrong. Because I can't say how a person gonna feel. When we don't know how I feel. We do everything right. Like he every year he gets better and better. What I'm saying? Each year he gets better and better. And it's like he blocked down the field.
Yep.
He do everything Cal asked him for.
Yeah.
And then when you don't get rewarded behind it, you know what I'm saying? So
you got a right to be mad.
You don't tell them how you gonna act, your emotions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I was listening to The Speak, and they was talking about Greg Jennings, and it was a good conversation they had about it. And I think what's his name, Ocho?
Yeah, Ocho. Yeah.
He talked to Brandon Aiyuk agent, and Brandon Aiyuk agent was just saying he didn't tell us everything they said, but he gave a little insight that what he can share.
Ooh, I gotta
go
watch
that.
I gotta go watch that.
Yeah, watch it. It's
I
good.
didn't know they talked to the agent. I'd love to hear what he's talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He said Aiyuk, he wanted. He's saying all these players getting their second, the second best receiver on other teams getting $28 million, and he wanted the same. He wanted to be in the same, the same price range as them. But he said the 49ers kept coming to him saying that they ain't had the money. But then he's sitting around and see McCaffrey getting a new deal. So he's watching other people getting paid. No, that's what they were saying. Yeah, he said so he's watching other people getting paid. They said. Well,
and look what they did to Juice.
They
cut his money.
So,
I don't know how the 49ers are doing. Yeah. I think they gave Trent Williams some money too, or at least guaranteed money.
He said so. It was basically saying no, they had the money. They just don't have the money for you.
For you.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically.
There's no other way to take that.
What they saying.
I understand that.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, like I say, I agree somewhat with Papa. You know, what he was saying too. You know how you going on saying you the fourth option and so forth that nature. But that's true. But also too though, like he hurt. You know what I'm saying? So he going off emotions. He hurt that he feel like dang, I did everything and y'all can't reward me. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. So I got mixed emotions. You know what I'm saying on both parts. You know, I just wish they get it done, man. There's always some drama in the off season with us when it comes to paying somebody. You know what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. So I don't know what's I mean, I love to keep them, but if somebody pitch us a heck of a deal for them, because all of my at work, my buddy Washington fans, I like, look, man, give me 2 first-round picks and one of y'all best receiver, y'all can have them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell them. So we'll give you 2 second rounds and third. I said, we want 2 first round, a second round, and your top receiver.
And you're right. That's what the 49ers asking for too.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all want them, then hey, we gonna sell it. We want a big price for them. If y'all want them. So, it's tough, man. It's hard, man. But I don't know, man.
I still like the way the 49ers negotiate. This should not be happening all the time. Can you not ever get a deal done a little sooner? You waited until everybody got paid, and now, of course, your player's going to be sitting around saying, standard just went up, guys. Well, yours didn't. We're still, the same offer we made initially stays. And I understand the 49ers from that perspective, too. But still, you shouldn't have put yourself in that position.
Yeah, you're right. That's the thing. You shouldn't. So, I ain't the job. Yeah, but I think we're gonna be all right, Rombo. It's all on the. I think that's a lot. Hopefully, the rival teams we drafted, that they, come out and have a big impact on their first year. Well, what's his name? Ricky and the other receiver we got, the
Ricky Pearsall.
The quick one.
The
other one.
That's
what we drafted too.
Yeah. But honestly, Fam Cowan, I think. The thing is, you got to have BA. He's too much a part of the success. If you remove him, you're running a risk. We need him. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, what are we going to do without him? And that's a little worrisome. No one guy on this team is the team, but you start removing parts, and that car is just not going to run the way it used to. So this is my problem.
Me personally, I think if he goes somewhere else, he's going to be a dog. You know what I'm saying? If he goes somewhere else, right out like that, man.
He's the main dude?
I don't care what if he goes to someone anywhere, any type of Patrick Mahomes had him or Aaron Rodgers, anybody had him, he's going to be at the more than 1,000-yard receiver. Easily. He's going to be like that. Constantly. He just like his route running skills is just
razor
sharp. Out this world, man.
I know. I don't want to see him go, but we can't stand and argue with him all year long and have him walking around his lips all stuck out and pissed off all the time. You can't. That's not going to do us any good. I need him focused and delighted to be where he is and driven like everybody else to get this job done. I can't be mad.
Yeah, so like I say, I'm not mad at him. I mean, like I say, I can't, say how a person gonna react, when they emotionally hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, I just sitting back and just waiting, and hopefully everything do work out. We can keep him, but like you say, he don't have no rights either, because we still have him under contract, and then also we can franchise him next year. So yeah. But like I say, I'm the type. If a person want out, if a person don't want to be in this relationship, and I know I can't get this person what I want to get that person in this relationship, then okay, let me see what I can get for this person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or let me just move on and just, get somebody else. So, I mean, they got a choice, a decision they have to make. You know what I'm saying? So we can't go on the season like this, man, with this over out here. You know what I'm saying? So we lose one game, you already know what's gonna happen. See, y'all, you know what I'm saying, gonna be so much the drama, we gonna turn it to the Cowgirls.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, with the drama.
Frank.
I'm just saying, Father. I'm saying, Father, the drama.
No, I use for example.
You know what I'm saying? The
We got
we
to pull up, fam. I tell you what. I'll see you Sunday, Frank. Always good to see you. We haven't heard from you in a while. Great to hear from you. I'll see you Sunday.
Oh yeah, I said I come in and out, man. You know, I be working, man. I still be tuned in. You know.
No, you're good. Season hasn't really started yet. Give my best to moms too.
Yeah, I definitely will, man. Appreciate you, Rob. Shout out to the squad. You know, everybody. You know, Papa, Alice. You know, the whole fam, man. Love y'all, man. So I'll see y'all Sunday.
Looking forward to it, fam. We all love you too. All right, fam.
All right, Rob. Fish sandwich for everybody.
And Mr. Block Ice says, look when we have that rotor win that you, Mr. Block Ice, you left. Did you leave a consonant out of that word? Is that roaster win? Mr. Block Ice, you're right, you know, because we got to stop. Jokes are being made about the 49ers always getting there and not coming out. So, you know. Here's the name you ain't heard in a while. Shabazz! The great Basili makes his triumphant return. Baz!
Rumbo, perfect timing. I'm just getting off work.
All right.
Just clocked out.
All right.
And I'm listening to this madness. And it's disappointing me, Rumbo. It's disappointing me.
Right.
It's disappointing me. I heard Papa say what he said, and he's crowning Kyle great. Kyle is a bumbling idiot, and it's my opinion. Kyle will never be
He was
Bill
being
Walsh.
sarcastic. He didn't mean that way.
He will never be Bill Walsh. He will never be George Seifert, the second greatest 49ers coach in my lifetime and in your lifetime, Rumbo, because we both seen them all. Yeah. And this mutiny against Brandon Aiyuk is trash. Brandon Aiyuk averages 17.9 yards per reception. Brandon Aiyuk is arguably the third or fourth best wide receiver in the NFL. And the only two receivers I'll take over Brandon Aiyuk right now is Justin Jefferson and Chase. I won't take Tyreek Hill over Brandon Aiyuk.
Oh, yeah,
I don't give a damn
Chase.
what he run the 40 in. Okay? Because Brandon Aiyuk is a pure route runner. Someone said earlier as I'm listening to this madness, what did he do? Take over a game. I guess we forgot the Detroit Lions game when we was down in the NFC Championship, and it was Brandon Aiyuk catch that sparked the whole team and the offense to get off their ass and come back. No. Now, do you want to be traded? I'll respect that. I'll trade him. But I won't have these 49er fake was disrespecting his game because the boy has always had game and he got game. And if you stick him with that boy in Buffalo, or if you stick him with a Mahomes, or if you stick him with somebody in Cincinnati, he's going to light up the league. But I digress. Now, if he wants to be traded, I would trade him. In my opinion, you said something earlier, and this is what I've always said. I've talked to any 49er fans about this. Lynch has a relationship with the Denver Broncos. Go get Sertan. Because the only way we win in the Super Bowl is we win it on defense. Because Shanahan has shown us time and time again, and with Atlanta, he don't know how to win a Super Bowl on offense. And when the defense holds Mahomes to 19 points, the defensive coordinator get blamed. If you'd asked anyone, including me, or anyone in the world, or any better, at the end of the game, Kansas City scores 19 points, everybody would have said, well, you know what? They lose. So y'all can keep all the Shanahan praise going. And I'm going to get off and I'm going to make it sweet and simple. The last play of that game, when Kansas City called that zero blitz, Kansas City best cornerback fell on his ass. And Brandon Aiyuk was wide open in the end zone jumping. But I digress. Y'all are a bunch of unfaithful, disrespectful, such and suches. And I don't like that BS at all. I'm trying my best not to cuss. But I'm going to go with what I've seen. And he has every right to want what he wants. That's his business, not mine. Hey, Rumbo, what you get paid in your work is your business. What I get paid in my work, I'm leaving work right now, going to my other job. That's my business. It ain't nobody's job to monitor nobody's pockets. This is America. It ain't nobody's job to monitor nobody's pockets. Now, if he was doing a shit job, then yeah. And he was being sarcastic, calling himself the fourth option. Brandon Aiyuk carried us that Detroit game. Oh, my God. That was disrespectful,
we lose that game otherwise.
Man.
Yeah.
We lose that game. That catch sparked us. And like I said, go back. I challenge all of you, fakers. Watch that last play. Okay, Brock didn't see him because the blitz came in too fast, and Brock went to the route that he thought would be open in Jennings. But if you look over to his main man, the corner slipped and was on his ass. The best corner, one of the best corners in the NFL, and Brandon Aiyuk was wide open in the end zone. And if you go to Aiyuk, we wouldn't be having these questions right now. So again, we always a bunch of what ifs. I'm gonna say what if. I can't wait to dance like a wild Native American, which I am, no disrespect to any Native American, and do a freaking rain dance when Kyle Shanahan and all the conversations is gone. Because he's shown us he can do one thing, lose Super Bowls. And this is not the standard for the San Francisco 49ers.
No.
Not at least what I grew up with. It is not the standard. I'm sick of almost. We ain't shit, but are celebrated better than Dallas. All we do every year is beat Dallas and Green Bay, and that's it. Until you beat Mr. Mahomes and get us a ring, I don't give a rat's hoot about Kyle's ass. He hates his dad. He won't run the ball. Gave McCaffrey his money, which is great. Best running back in the NFL. Here's another fun fact. Only teams that ever pick Mahomes up in a freaking Super Bowl is the 49ers, including the second half of that damn game, and he didn't run the ball. And we talking about Brandon Aiyuk. Because Kyle gets a pass. No, I'm still not over it. That's why I tagged you. I haven't called you, but I know you get my tags at least once a week. Kyle didn't call a damn play. Kyle didn't do it in Atlanta, and he ain't done it twice with us. And again, a defense got held to 19 points. The great Patrick Mahomes, the great Travis Kelce, the great Taylor Swift, and all the Swifties. 19 points. And Cal gets held with zero accountability when we're supposed to be the best offense in the world. So if we're going to win, I want Sertan. Give up Sertan. Give up Aiyuk. Give up a freaking first-round pick and get me a corner. And maybe Fred and them in the defense to get us a Super Bowl. Because the only way we win in the Super Bowl is we win it on defense. We keep in our sick minds thinking we're the 49ers and Jerry Rice and Steve Young and Joe Montana, and we're going to go to a Super Bowl and blow somebody out. Shit. We're what, coach? On defense, and the one piece we missing to win the Super Bowl is a lockdown corner. Ward is okay, but get us a lockdown corner. I would love to trade Brandon Aiyuk right now for a lockdown corner, and we holding people to 16 points a game like P-Dub and them did, and maybe we'll have a chance at a Super Bowl. I'm done. I'm out of breath. I digress. Rambo, I love you.
No, that's an excellent point. Defense is going to be the reason why we're going to win that.
Shout out to the rest of the faithful that ain't in here talking crazy about my man Aiyuk, but that would be a great, because everybody knows he has the potential to be a top 5 receiver. He's not statistically that now, but you said it. Denver is the perfect landing spot. So if we're going to trade him, finesse Denver for that damn Sertan. Finesse Denver for that number 1 corner. Put that number 1 corner with Fred and them. Put him opposite Shavarius Ward. Put the Amador in the slot. And we will win a Super Bowl, because defense, what Lynch won a Super Bowl with when he was playing when he was playing for the Raiders. Tampa on defense. We'll win it on defense. At this point, I have no faith in Kyle Shanahan, but I still have a little hope for John Lynch and that 49ers defense. So get us a supreme corner. It would be the perfect thing. If anybody's listening, start a blog, say trade him for Sertan. That'll be the perfect trade. Throw him in a draft pick. That'll be a perfect trade. That'll be a perfect trade.
That's been mentioned around the circles as well.
Oh, God, Rambo.
I'm telling you, fam.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's good to hear from you. We're going to have to go, though. But it's good to hear you back.
Right.
And anytime you get ready to vent, please get in here. I love it.
I will be in Sunday. I ain't got nothing else better to do but to work.
All right.
I work. Looking forward to the season. Looking forward to going to about 5 or 6 games like I always do. And, man, Rambo, man, shout out to you. Shout out to my people in Memphis. Shout out to my man Lee in L.A. And Faithful, I love y'all, but we don't deserve this. I'm not over that Super Bowl, and I ain't going to ever be over it. And until Cal delivers, hey, look. Hey, that's it. I need a Super Bowl. I got grandchildren around here, Rambo. I got grandchildren, man.
Both want that Super Bowl.
Grandchildren. I got my children.
And
my children is on my helmet like, Dad, you told me all this stuff was great when you was growing up.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this shit? This is what my kids are telling me. My oldest is 25. Like, what is this shit? My baby's going to have to lose 3 Super Bowls. They ain't want to watch us win 1.
All right.
So, no. All right, Rumbo, I'll check back in Sunday.
All right, looking for you.
9 a gang.
Yeah. Night, fam. There goes Shabazz. That's such an excellent point. They held the Chiefs to less than 20 points. Who does that? and lost. Lost. They've never been famous for their defense. They beat you up. They demoralize you. They do everything but stop you. You won't get as many points as they do. But to hold them to less than 20 points, I just didn't really think that much about that. Mr. Black, guys, no, I got you. I apologize, but it's prayers for my mom. She had surgery today. Look, it's about the team, but I think something will work out. Front office got to work. And hey, and Mr. Black, I hope mom's is okay, right? She came through the procedure well. We want to wish her well on that. And this is why when I said I blame both sides on this, I said, Brandon Aiyuk should not be having to call meetings, John. And you can't just say no to somebody who's done what he's done. You got to talk to him. You can't just be quiet. That's just rude. Say something. Call him up. Say something. Look, let's get back to the table. What do you think? Listen, let's both come in with an open mind. Romance it. Don't just quiet down, not say nothing. I don't agree with that at all either. Now Brandon comes out and says things like, all right, fine, I want to trade. Hey, Brian, come on in, fam.
49ers ready and go. I'm rocking with the Niners till I'm dead and cold. Screaming their name all the way from the Mid-South because the law is still saying, know your role and shut your mouth.
Yes, indeed.
What it is, Rumbo.
Hey, it was one thing to tolerate that madness with Brandon and the 49ers. And because Brandon was
we still on Brandon again.
Here's the thing though, because the thing is Brandon wasn't saying I didn't ask nobody for no trade. For weeks he said that the entire time, right? So all of a sudden, a few days ago, all right, fine, it's official, I want to trade. So that tells me the 49ers are failing. Brandon has no leverage. We have a paradox here, fam. So I don't want this going into next week. But I guarantee you it's going into next week. And I want the 49ers, everybody on the same page, focusing. Let's go get this. Come on. No. And we got the linebacker situation going on now. Who's going to be Fred's running mate? Because we got used to how good a job they were doing. We took it for granted, at least I did, that they were going to go out there. Because we've had some of the best linebacking crews in NFL history, right? So now, Dre's not coming back in week 1. Maybe I would say Dre may not be back for half the season. So we got a problem. Who would you pick, and who do you look like? Who do you think most likely? I like what Fred said about D. Fred's a good judge of that kind of thing. We'll see. But anyway, give me some. And you just heard Shabazz, and when you contrast what Shabazz said about the BA situation with Pop and everybody else, where do you fit in? What are you feeling?
I understand that Brandon Aiyuk's frustration, and like I said last week, this is the ugly side of the business. This is the ugly side. Yep. This is the business part where nobody likes. Things can get. It's like it's getting personal now.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's Brandon because it seemed like Brandon is calling all the meetings. Brandon is going on a podcast. Brandon is he's orchestrating the discussion.
The negotiations all
He's orchestrating everything and making like Kyle and John Lynch making them like the silent partners. You know what I mean?
Or the cold-blooded owners. Man, why don't y'all say something?
It's like Brandon is leading the negotiations versus. Versus John Lynch them, but
we told you what you're going to do.
But this is but we're in the truth. We're in the tell the truth business. They don't have to. They don't have to trade them.
I hate that fact. I really do.
They don't have to trade. They contractually. We have to go. We have to go with what's legal. What's legal?
I know, but I need to be.
They don't have to trade them.
I don't need to be so hard on one of my stars. I can at least call him up on occasion and say, "How you doing, man? Listen, let's have dinner this weekend or something." Don't just sit there, be quiet.
And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of stuff has fueled this monstrosity. A lot of things have fueled it, added fuel to it. Like when after Blue, CMC, he gets an extension done after Blue.
See, those
we hadn't talked about after Blue, and just so happens, that's a nice little wedding present he got. He gets a $30 million extension.
I would tell Brandon you can't have anything.
We've been talking about Brandon Aiyuk all year, and within a 2-week period, CMC name comes up. Oh, I don't have any guaranteed money. Oh, don't worry about it. We're just gonna ink this out right here. So how do you think? So now it's now he's looking at CMC pocket.
Of course.
He said, "Well, wait a minute. Y'all got money for him, but y'all don't have money for me."
Yeah.
And I'm blocking for this dude. He wouldn't have some of the scores unless I paved the way for him.
And CMC would concur on that too. Now some of the stuff I think is kind of unnecessary. Like you going on a podcast and you bringing in the Daniels kid from another team. He's not even on the. He's from another team. I know.
Because you got history with him. You have to be careful the messages that you send it. You're like, hey, if y'all don't want to do nothing, hey, I can go talk to them. But the thing is, you don't have the leverage. They got the leverage. They can say, hey, we're not doing nothing. And then if you don't come in, then we're just gonna fine you.
Brian, I wish I could get the job, a go-between, a PR guy for the 49ers regarding personnel. I would not do it this way. I want to get this guy to appreciate being a 49er. I want him to know everything. I'm gonna listen to him tell me why I need my money. I don't know if I can play another year or two. I could be blanked out in any second, right? I understand that, and we understand that and appreciate that, and we're going to do this, and this, and make sure that you're insured with this guaranteed money. But listen, you got to realize from our perspective that we don't have enough money to keep rolling forward if we allocate too much to any one player. We're trying to make it so we can actually get there without killing the engine and have no gas. Maybe players don't want to hear it because all they're worried about is themselves, and some guys are like that.
But Rumbo, here's my thing. Where was all this drama when Fred was getting his deal? Where was all this drama when Fred was? It wasn't even this much drama when Bosa. It wasn't this much drama when Bosa got his deal. He got it. He didn't get his deal done until he won.
We're a run-first defensive. You know what? You just mentioned something that really puts all the dots connected. We're mostly a run-first team. We really want to play defense. Because that's what the 49ers, first thing they did was build a defense when they first came, Lynch and Shanahan. And then we let Kyle and his ingenuity put the offense together with whatever he has.
And
then you win.
I'm talking about Rumbo. Let me see. Fred got his deal done what? Last year? Was it
2 years.
Last year?
It's been a couple of years.
2 years. 2 years ago. Okay. So where was all the smoke then? You didn't see Fred's face until it was time to sign the ink to put pen to paper.
We had money, and remember, we had money then.
He wasn't. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, Rumbo. But sometimes you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful your moves. Yeah. But it's always the wide. But it seems like it's always the wide receivers. Why are we doing all this stuff?
They're the loudest. Even George Kittle made just a little bit of noise, but he was the first guy. So, see, is Brandon Aiyuk, is he worth $32 million? $30 million? Brandon wants the same as Amon-Ra. Is he worth 28?
I sell for 28. I'll give him 28.
I really do. I think so.
I'll give him 20. I'll give him 28.
But that's where I stop.
At this point, I'll give him, at this point, I'll give him 28.
I would too. And I guarantee him more than Brown over in Detroit is getting.
Yeah.
And let's
then, like I said, Rumbo, we gotta look at who's coming around the corner. It's gonna be time for our quarterback. who's been making minimum wage the last 2 or 3 years.
I know.
And so now it's time for hip bag.
I mean,
now
I can't wait to see.
Let's break out the stopwatch and see how. Let's break out the stopwatch and see how long or how fast his deal gets done.
No, the 49ers know better than bag ass on this. Brian, how many quarterbacks getting paid next year? Look, Trevor Lawrence has reset the table again. Trevor Lawrence is way overpaid. He is not that kind of good. And so now, no matter how you look out there, you need to get paid to that level. And that's, the league needs to reset and reestablish the structure of how players get paid. Stop going on what the last guy got paid, and you got to outdo it. Maybe this quarterback or this running back or this wide receiver is not as good as that particular guy that got that level. Put different levels on that pay. Level 1, level 2, level 3, and let's work from that number. I could set that structure up overnight, and it'd make more sense. This is ridiculous.
Right.
Oh, man.
But I tell you what, Rumbo, I'd rather have this problem than to have that problem down in Texas with the Star. I'd rather have that. I mean, somebody's going to have to take some sort of discount.
That gives me such joy. Brian, we got to go. I'll see you Sunday, and who knows? Maybe Brian gets signed. Maybe Brandon gets signed tonight. We can celebrate.
I hope so, Rumbo. Yeah, I'm pouring out the liquor.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to you, shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production. And the law is out.
Thanks, Brian. Looking for you Sunday. Can't wait. Night, man.
All right, Rumbo. See you Sunday.
All right. Yo, Nigel.
Hey, Rombo, how you doing?
Oh, Nigel, I'd be so much better. It's the kind of thing where, you got that little throbbing headache that's trying to start, but, you just keep on suppressing it mentally. That's Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers, man. They're just making everybody crazy with this. God, and now the media's picking at it like a sword now. Oh, Daniel Orlovsky, if the 49ers don't sign Brandon Aiyuk, they will not win the NFC West. The Rams will. Daniel, nobody asked you. Brock Purdy will not be the same quarterback. Ryan Clark. Brock Purdy will suffer without Brandon Aiyuk. Why don't y'all just don't make it worse. Brandon's watching all this. He's taking it all in.
Right. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I think, this organization, as far as, in Kyle's tenure, we're used to a lot of division, because especially with the quarterbacks, it started with them, and then now it's just guys getting paid, and Brandon Aiyuk is kind of making factions again, where some people are like you had a caller earlier saying, don't worry about his money, and other people get mad at him because they're like he's selfish and that type of thing, and I'll try to keep out of it as much as I can, but of course we all have our opinions.
Things that are being said. Yeah, I get it.
So, but either way, I don't know what to think. I feel like the organization has told Brandon in a roundabout way, we're not going to pay you, or we're going to extend it as much as possible, just by their actions. We all know they drafted a wide receiver in the first round. They paid, they paid wide receivers. So,
and we needed an offensive lineman. Pretty much the writing was on the wall, wasn't it? I mean, you can only assume. You can't believe it, but you can only assume.
Right. I mean, they can, words can be said and this and that, but in reality and the actions that are taken, that's what rules, that's what happens. So essentially, I don't know what they plan on doing. I feel like they kind of fumbled it a little bit. Their best opportunity to have traded Brandon would have been before the draft. So I don't know, Rumble. It's crazy, man. It's pretty wild out there in San Francisco land.
Do you get the idea that John and Kyle are still learning? They came in here, neither one of them had any experience. They're still doing things like a rookie. This is stupid. You don't sit and watch the market explode with higher priced players. Now you painted yourself into a corner by putting off something that should have been negotiated a little more intensely. I don't appreciate the fact that Brandon Aiyuk had to call a meeting. That kills me. Why is Brandon calling a meeting, John? Why?
Yeah.
Why aren't you initiating the meeting? I don't get it.
Yeah, you're right about that. I've thought about that a long time because I think a coach as opposed to players is a little different in their careers and how their career arcs go and how long coaches can actually coach. Yeah. So you have to think about some guys have coached for so long, and there's been coaches that have retired that coached for so long that didn't get a Super Bowl at all, and you have to think like, yeah, it takes time. If the guy does have that potential, which Kyle has the potential as a coach to be a Super Bowl winner, he just doesn't. He doesn't have that extra oomph for whatever reason. But I agree with you there, man. I really do. I think it's inexperience. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing, a lot of it works. Obviously, they're doing good with the team as far as them being a competitive franchise, but it's like heartbreak after heartbreak kind of causes a little bit more fizz, I guess you can say, when you think about stuff like what they're doing with Brandon, because I'm like, yeah, it worked with these other players at that particular moment in time, but now we have Brock. We're facing potentially 50 to 60 million with Brock, and you can't do that all the time. You gotta hit the iron while it's hot, man. And sometimes they miss that iron, and what can you say? Now there's a little bit of weirdness, and hopefully there's not some type of weird cancerous type stuff going on with Brandon in the actual season or with the team as far as like if he comes back. I don't know. What if they don't pay him and he does have to play on that $14 million? What's going to happen there? That.
But and also Brandon actually he did what he did last year, and he thought that'd be enough to earn another contract. And the 49ers made him an offer, but the offer they should have offered him should have been immediately. Now that I think about it, they should have tried to pay Brandon Aiyuk last season.
Tell me about it.
Preemptive strikes are going to be the thing you have to do from now on. And the NFL is going to have to think about that type of gesture now. Don't wait, because then you put yourself into a negotiation hell like the 49ers have done.
Mm-hmm. And it spills out to the media and to the fans, and it starts causing discord and it creates conversation. But some of it is not good conversation. It kind of like, man, you talk to other fans of other teams and stuff, and they're kind of like, man, what's going on with your team? There's like turmoil. I'm like, it's just one player. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside looking in, things seem like a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know it's just the way our team negotiates, and they've been doing that for years, and it is weird. I mean, I think it's weird. I think you think it's weird because we're in agreement as far as them, doing things early as opposed to late.
Yeah, it's a generational thing too. The kids are coming into the NFL now, especially the last 4 years. Maybe you could go back 8 years. They're not patient anymore when it comes to getting paid. When they do what they do, and they feel that it's enough effort to get them what they think they're worth, whether that dollar figure matches what the ownership thinks is always two different things. But the ownership needs to know that is the way it's going to be going forward. They're not going to back off, and they're going to continue to, and they'll play in Siberia if they're going to pay more money. It's all about the money. So you got to somehow you got to work some kind of, man, you've got to hire now. If I got guys on my team like this, I'm going to hire a kid that's about 24, 25 at the most. He's not a football player, an athlete, but he is brilliant when it comes to dealing with the psyche of his age group. And I think right now the 49ers are being outdone by something they know nothing about. Lynch and Shanahan are clueless. And I don't know who else. Parag, same thing. These guys are dinosaurs compared to what they're dealing with. And I'm saying, man, guys, you guys, I think you get them to do better if you spoke their language. I don't think you guys get it. So, this could get worse.
Yeah, man. Man, you know what's crazy, Rombo, is like it feels like every decade or so we got a receiver that turns kind of like into a diva, man. Terrell Owens did that. And Crabtree was kind of a diva at first when we drafted him.
Even Jerry Rice could be
and now we got Brandon.
Hey, think about this, Nigel. When's the last time you seen a receiver that was polite and kind that was any good?
Right.
They don't exist.
That's true. They don't.
Okay, Nigel, we got to go. Hey, I'll see you Sunday.
Yep.
Good to hear from you again. All right.
Yeah, it was good to hear from you too, man. You all have a good rest of your night. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling. Bye night, Nigel. And we had can I get a ooh la la? Ooh la la, yeah, yeah. Longbeard, thanks. I enjoy singing that song. I got to sing it a lot the last few years. I didn't even have that song until Shanahan and Lynch got started. There was no ooh la la for Jimmy Tomsula and Chip Kelly. I don't ever remember doing it. Eric.
Yes, I do, man.
Eric, doing all right, man. We still got our situation, and it elevated itself by Brandon Aiyuk was actually. I give Brandon Aiyuk a lot of credit for being pretty polite about this whole negotiation. He's made it clear he wants to get paid. You can't get mad about that, and he wasn't jumping up and down. All right, trade me. So just a few days ago, he's of course said, all right, you guys, if you're not going to talk to me, just trade me then. Okay, how about that? And the 49ers didn't answer him on that either. They've already told him a long time ago we're not trading him. And anybody calls here again, we're telling everybody in the NFL, we're not trading him. In fact, if you're smart, you'll do the same thing we're doing. Stop wasting your time calling us and ignore him like we do. It's cruel. It is cruel, Eric.
Yeah.
So I'm a little frustrated about that. I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah. I think he's good. I think everything's going to be worked out. I think he's not going anywhere, to be honest with you.
Well, not this year, for sure. No, that's definite. The 49ers aren't going to trade him unless they get a crazy deal that really blows them away. That would take it a lot. And it'd have to be a sign and trade almost, because the 49ers aren't going to just let him leave and not get his money. I don't think they might, though, but make it not their business. But it's just a mess that's just gotten out of control. So, yeah. Well, we'll see. We got another week to go. We'll find out. Eric?
Yeah. Yeah, but how you doing?
Yeah, no, because I interrupted your train of thought there when you were getting ready to say something. I did hear you say that you thought he was going to stay here. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. That's true. Yeah. Enlighten us, though, Eric. What's going on over in Hawksville? We always want to know since we've developed this alliance. As far as Eric, I've only had a couple of guys that actually like to talk Hawks football, and we talk 49er football with. Usually, it's I've never talked to any Arizona Cardinal fan. Then again, they don't exist. As one guy used to say all the time, Cardinal fans don't exist. Those are paid actors. Hey, Eric, I tell you one thing we could talk about, though. The Cardinals are not going to be a piece of cake this year. What are you thinking?
Now, they're going to be a tough team to beat. Yeah, they'll be even better.
They picked up a premier wide receiver that's already got a shoe deal before he even plays a game. See, Eric, that's what I mean about this generation. Even some of the CEOs and people like that that are running these generations, they all communicate. Why would you give him a shoe deal? He hasn't done nothing yet. And he's got a shoe deal? How do you do that?
I think a lot of that has to do with who his father is and how good his father is.
Yeah, I guess so. But we got players that their fathers did a great job. I mean, Terrell Owens, nobody ever talks about his son, but his son's in camp. And he'll be on the practice squad if he's lucky. And Frank Gore's kid's over And where is he? I forgot. He's in somewhere where the weather's cold. And Jerry Rice's kid is over with Harbaugh over with the Chargers. They don't have any shoe deals. And I can't wait to see. This season is going to be one of the most bizarre seasons, Eric. I have a feeling for a lot of different reasons that have nothing to do with football. I can't wait. But the Cardinals could step up. And can you imagine, Eric, every week we're all, after we've all played them once, hey, man, I can tell you what, you got to get ready for the Cardinals. We can't afford to lose a series of the Cardinals. Hey, can you imagine having to say that Kyler Murray's on fire? Because he should have a chip on his shoulder. People have been saying bad things about Kyler Murray ever since he went in 2 years early. Was it 2 years early that he went in and demanded more money?
Well, whatever it was, I think now, especially, he's going to be hungry.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he thought he was hungry earlier in his career,
yep,
that's nothing. He's going to be like jumping a bit now to make something happen.
Yep. Because he's already done too much to not. I got to tell you, Eric, he's a good baseball player. I thought he might be in the MLB by now. I said this a couple of years ago. I said, you know what? He's too small for the NFL, and he's ended up getting hurt, seriously hurt. I said, if I'm him, as good as he plays baseball, and I don't blame him for not wanting to go to the A's. That's a terrible organization professionally to play for. But maybe you can get out of that contract. I think the A's might still have rights to him, though. And go play for the Dodgers like everybody else does. Even the Giants. I mean, if he gets smacked again, he's a really little guy, Eric. He's going to get seriously hurt playing in the NFL. I really think so.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. I think, like, every team inside our division is going to be, it could be a 4-team race.
Yeah? What teams?
Probably, we know Arizona's going to be better with Harrison Jr. coming in. And then Seattle did plan. We know they're going to be both better. And then...
Eric, you say the Steelers?
No, Seattle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Game plan and Arizona.
All right.
Arizona's going to be better with Harrison coming into town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for them to be better anyway. I didn't look for them to stay down and out completely. The Arizona Cardinals, they won't go to the Super Bowl for reasons unknown, but they will be held during the regular season.
Yeah.
And you guys have got a history now of. Actually, it's become a tradition now. I knew you guys weren't going to be down suffering too long. I look for a good season from the Hawks, and that's okay. Cardinals, the Hawks. Who else?
Well, I know that you guys. I mean, of course, everything inside the division goes through you guys.
Well, the 49ers are built for the kill for sure. But I thought, and actually, I thought you go outside the division. You know, all of us have to worry about Detroit, Green Bay. The Falcons are coming. I think they finally got the right pieces now to be really competitive. One thing neither of us have to worry about, and you know what's so funny, Eric? This time, it is for sure the Cowboys are going to suffer this year. That just gives me such great joy.
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
You mentioned him. Because they're all disjointed. You can't have 3 or 4 guys that are all waiting for the money. And somebody suggested Jerry Jones, and everybody's got on Jerry Jones' side. Jerry Jones is wondering if he's going to continue to pay all these high salaries. When are the Cowboys actually going to do something to warrant those salaries? I said, Oh, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the playoffs where the Green Bay Packers went in there and ran them out of Texas? The Cowboys didn't even go to Green Bay. They got beat up in Dallas. So,
and, they always seem to have a pretty good regular season, but when the chips are down, when they need to make that move in the postseason, they always seem to fall on their ass.
Every time. This has been and Stephen A. Smith, I used to think he was exaggerating. He's right. They'll find a way. They will find a way.
Yeah.
Well, how about them Cowboys? Eric, we're going to go. I'll tell you what, I'll be back Sunday, and let's see what else is going on, okay? Always a pleasure to talk to you. Night, Eric.
Hey, bud.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll lose in the playoffs and make all kind of excuses as to the reason they suck. Hey, Michael, get in there, man.
How about your night going, buddy?
Oh, it's going great. I see Nikita in the chat earlier. I'm glad to hear she's doing fine.
No, she was saying that they got her heart going. The day that they found that it'll restart her heart.
Yeah. Oh.
She had the same issues. Like, I don't know if you remember the guy from the Boston Celtics, Reggie Lewis.
Oh.
Remember,
okay.
He died from playing basketball. Reggie Lewis. Remember his heart?
I do remember that. Yeah, he was a Celtic too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
He died on the court. So she's got to be careful. So that's why
we're traumatized.
She gets it from me on my side.
Yeah. Are you eating better since she suggested you?
She knows I play a lot of sports, and that's what she worries about more. Because I play a lot of football. She says one shot, you take that, you're going to be gone. Because remember, you're 47 years old. These young guys are stronger.
Yeah, that's a fragile situation. Are you still going out playing football? But you know what? The thing is,
I'm still out there throwing balls. I'm still 47 years old. I still throw balls, man.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
These
that.
young brothers saw me one time throwing balls. Yes, these young brothers saw me and says, "Damn, you still got the arm still for a 47-year-old man. You should go out for the Niners."
Michael, you doing cardio?
Uh-huh.
Are you getting enough cardio work in? See, that's the thing. You got to keep that heart muscle strong.
Mm-hmm. I do. I walk. I do my exercise. I practice with a lot of former NFL players that lived around here.
Yeah.
Steve Young's brother, Tommy Young, who played for BYU, Jimmy Young. That's Steve Young's brother. I practice with those guys, throwing the ball around him. Yeah.
All right.
John Sullivan. Well, he used to be a center for the Rams. Yep, John Sullivan, who was a former Rams center, Notre Dame college player from Greenwich. Yep. Oh, the Rams fans should know who he is.
You're having a fun. You live in a fun neighborhood, don't you?
There's a lot of, not just football, there's a lot of baseball players. Girardi for the Yankees lives in Greenwich. There's a lot of celebrities. Yep, a lot of former Knicks players. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
name a couple.
Name some Knicks.
Too.
Yeah. You're East Coast, right? What state are you living in?
East Coast. Connecticut.
Connecticut. Oh, yeah.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now everybody's talking about Aiyuk, man. I'm hoping he doesn't go. But you know what I mean? And that's what I'm worried about, Aiyuk going. But, if we trade him, I would say either, like you said, the Broncos is one fit or trade him to Washington.
Yeah, well, that's where he wants to go, he thinks.
I know what not says. We better off probably just trade him because the more he's doing this, it's just going to make us. It's like a diva in the locker room. We don't need a diva. I think we need to move on. I guess maybe it's something that he doesn't want to. I don't know.
No, but we don't have to see. But the only thing I hate about it, I feel like I don't want that.
What is he going to? Is he going to affect our? Is he going to affect our team this year? How he acted? Some players do. Some players don't.
I think he'll remain a professional.
I don't know.
He has to.
If he was,
because his future depends on that.
I like this kid, man, a lot, and I want to keep him because you know what I mean. That's what I'm afraid. You lose him, what happens? Prime time. Here he goes. He's
going to impact the team.
Numbers and good.
No, as much as we'd like to not think so, his exit could be a problem for how the 49ers offense functions. Now we've got to realign that offense and do some things a little differently.
And when's the next time we're going to find a good receiver like him? Yeah, we got this Florida guy, but we don't know how good he's going to be.
I know. Isn't that scary? Ricky P has not done anything yet to get. Yeah.
That's a risk.
He's getting all kind of love.
You know?
Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
I mean, he gets any rookie gets the love. But, you got. And then I found out the 49ers, remember that quarterback from Wisconsin? Somebody from the UFL drafted him. You know the guy from Wisconsin, Mordecai? I didn't know that. He got drafted by the UFL.
Hey. A lot of guys already on teams got drafted by that league. What does that mean?
Yep. That means I think he's going to play until the regular season starts, or practice starts, like when we start preseason. I don't know when that's a good question.
Their season. No, it's too late.
Then why did you get drafted by whoever?
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. I saw that the other day, and I'm trying to understand. They drafted some players that are already on established teams. I said, what?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah.
If I got a player leaving my team to go play in that league, you're not. If you do, your contract is void.
Yeah. I wonder what that means for the 49ers now with this thing.
Well, if Mordecai gets hurt, he will have ran a risk. Mordecai's just looking to get paid, more than likely.
Man, maybe he's afraid that he's not going to get I don't know. That's a big mistake.
He may think he's going to get cut. He might get cut.
He might, because there's a lot, you know what I mean?
He's got to beat out Dobbs.
You can't cut somebody that you've never seen. I can't cut somebody that you've never seen.
No, but he's got to beat Dobbs out. Maybe he doesn't feel very confident about that.
I think he could beat Dobbs if he puts his effort in. I think he could. He's good. He's a good athlete.
I've never seen him play.
College. He's good. He's good. He's got an arm. He can run. He's another Purdy.
Well,
he's another Purdy. If you watch the films, he's got a good arm.
Is he on his way to that team?
Yep.
The one that drafted him?
Oh.
Mordecai. Is he leaving? I mean,
I hope he doesn't leave.
He accept. Yeah, I got to read more about it. I want to know the stipulations of getting drafted by that league. If you're already in the NFL, what does that mean?
Does that mean you go to the NFL or you sit? What if he goes there after the NFL is over and plays with that team for next season?
Next year?
I don't know.
Oh, hey.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
I
that's
really
it.
Don't. I didn't pay any attention. I just saw the names. I laughed. He's already on the team. Okay, man, that's next year's draft. But this is a little early to be doing next year's draft.
I'm just worried about Aiyuk. That's the key right there. If we can get him the money, but then you got to worry about your quarterback next year. But I think we're going to pay our quarterback next year. He's going to get paid. Trust me. He will get his money.
Yeah.
He's going to get his money. His wife will be happy, and a couple years later, they'll have a baby. They'll have a little Purdy Jr.
Family planning already?
Maybe that next quarterback. You never know. Some of these quarterbacks, some of these players, they got married. Like CMC, they can have a family right away. Maybe they. You never know these young couples.
I know.
You never know.
I'm laughing because you put that in there, but yeah, he especially Brandon Aiyuk. You could tell. I mean, not Brandon Aiyuk, but him too. But you can tell our quarterback. I mean, you can see Brock has it planned. A guy looks like a beast out there already. He's gonna have a great season.
I can see him as a surfer model.
Yeah, right. Guy's gonna be a great. He's gonna have a great season.
I would love to see that. My daughter thinks he looks sexy. I said,
"Damn!" And that opinion is probably shared by a lot of ladies.
That's all right. I thought Tom Brady's wife was hot.
Well, she is. She's a supermodel.
They got a dinner thing. I said, "Damn, Tom, he's got a good model."
Yeah.
Said, thank you, sir.
Well, but they trashed her in that roast. My God, they said bad things about Giselle in that roast.
Buffalo, Frank Gorson. I hope he makes it for Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's the team that drafted him. Signed him free agent, Buffalo. But no, I can't wait. He's going to start in a couple of weeks, guys. Was it 2 more weeks for first Hall of Fame game?
Yeah,
2 weeks, right?
It's time.
It's time for football.
Michael, we got to go.
I can't wait. All right, buddy. I'll see you Sunday.
Looking forward to it, Michael.
And I'm going to talk to Tony Robbins, 49 Brighton, too. And Nikita, Daddy loves you. And get some rest.
All right. Night, fam. And it's Jalen time. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, Jalen. I do know this, Rumbo. With or without Aiyuk, we are still miles ahead of those loser lamb chops. One thing about lamb, I like to taste the lamb, but never be anywhere in the area when that stuff is roasting. How bad does lamb? It smells gamey and weird. I mean, I know that's okay. Hey, maybe that's how they spice it. Jalen.
Hey, Rumble, how's it going?
Jalen, man, it's going all right, man. Brandon just the other day decided to up and tell everybody, since nobody wants to talk to him, man, trade me. Okay, I understand. And I understand his position, too, because you know what? If nobody talked to me for weeks at a time, and anytime we talk, I need to call somebody and make arrangements. I'm tired of this.
Well, Rumble, you got to think about it. Brandon and I, you probably looking at it as, well, damn, we just lost another Super Bowl. So the team's getting older. Let's not act like it's not.
Jalen, your connection.
The team's getting older.
Your connection, something going on with your connection. Do you have a chain on or something that's bumping up against your mic?
What do you mean?
There's a consistent beat clicking. Okay, you make sure your mic's clear and not touching anything.
What about now?
Oh yeah, now I don't hear anything now. Okay, go ahead.
I said, Brandon and I, you see, the team is getting older, Rombo. You do know that, right?
Year by year. Yep.
Yeah, so Brandon, no. The team is all, I think, Rombo, if I'm being real, I think we might have one of the oldest teams in the league in terms of, like, starters. Like, Kittle, Trent Williams.
Them dudes been around for 5 years.
McCaffrey's like 28, like, Rombo, yeah.
Deebo's getting
about
up there.
To be 30. Yeah, he's going to be 30.
George is already
Rombo,
up there.
Yeah. Juice Check is still up there.
Oh, Juice is way up there, right?
Yeah, so, Rombo, Brandon's probably looking at this in two ways. Our team's getting older. We're going to have to pay a lot of guys this offseason coming up, Rombo. I'm talking about Aaron Banks is up for contract, Travarius Ward, Diamador, Greenlaw. Going to be a lot of guys that we're going to have to re-sign at the end of this year. He's probably looking at this like, man, either you give me my money or I'm going somewhere else that I can contend at. Because, Rombo, I've already told you, the window, it's closed. It ain't locked yet. You can still open it, but the window is definitely closed, Rombo. This team, you saw us almost get knocked out by two teams in the playoffs last year that we both laughed and joked at and said that we'd easily steam over. And both of those teams got better this offseason, Rombo. The Packers got Josh Jacobs. They have Josh Jacobs now.
And for the record, I wasn't laughing. They scared me. But go ahead.
Rombo, for one, I know we play the Packers this season, and I don't have us beating them. God forbid we have to go to Detroit or Lambeau in the playoffs. I don't see us winning those games. I'm just going to be real with you. So Brandon has every right to feel how he feels, Rombo, because he knows somewhat of a rebuild is about to come. And he's like, man, look, either I get my money because I'm not going to be just here going through the motion, you know what I'm saying, getting bumped out of the playoffs in the first round. You know what I mean? We're going to make the playoffs. But as far as I think if we could be in Super Bowl contention with all these players we're about to lose, Rombo.
And some of the teams that are coming up.
Oh, man. Like that's tough, Rombo. Some of these young teams coming up, you like the Bears, they got, if Caleb Williams is who he is, with those weapons he got, like some of these teams are finna be a problem, Rombo. Falcons, like these guys, like all these guys are a quarterback away.
I know.
And they're young.
And experience, and they just a little more experience because you figure next year Green Bay and Detroit are going to be better than they were in the playoffs this year. That's not good.
Rombo, I think the Vikings are going to be good. Rombo, they beat us without Justin Jefferson. I think they're going to be good.
Hey, but wait a minute. They had a dude that did more damage than Justin usually does. What is that guy's name? Nobody knew anything about him.
Yeah, they took him in the first round, I'm pretty sure.
And he was worth it, too. My God, he was spanking the 49ers.
Yeah, Rombo, like they could be, if man, Rombo, it's some teams coming up. And the 49ers are getting older. Their playing style is getting more familiar. Guys are learning how to play them more and prep for them. Kyle needs to get this ring. Just like Shabazz said, man, he needs to get this ring, dog. If he don't, I mean, I hate to sound like a freaking broken record, Rumble, but if he don't get this ring this year, it's not. I don't see these guys going through another 20-game season. I can't see Trent Williams going through another another.
Oh yeah,
Super Bowl
there's the worst right there.
Can't
Trent
see that.
Williams. So
I can't see some of these guys going through another. I mean, and then the defense, we just lost Armstead, Kinlaw.
Oh.
Man, look,
I mean, it's like Carlos.
We need to get.
It's like Carlos Alcaraz against Djokovic, man. I didn't see Carlos steamrolling Djokovic like that at Wimbledon. But what we're talking about here is there's going to be moves. Some of the flowers are going to lose their leaves as the new ones bloom.
Yeah. Now hold on, now chat. Now nephew ain't too crazy now, Rombo. Hold on. Now don't get it twisted. We still gonna win the NFC West. This division is the definition of complete and utter dog shit. I have no worries about us winning the NFC West. God knows the Rams, Cardinals, and Geno Smith, they ain't doing a damn thing. They ain't not doing a damn thing. Matthew Stafford, 35 going on 56. Kyler Murray can't stay on the field, and Geno Smith is Geno Smith. So yeah, I'm not worried about those clowns. Yeah, Rombo. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We gonna make the playoffs because the division is, ass. Till I see like if Shedeur Sanders is drafted into this division, I'll be a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie. If somebody gets him, I'll be a little nervous. But I'm not worried about these bums.
They're not losing enough games to get that first round draft pick. So
well, Rombo, I think the Hawks could. I really think they could.
But you see the Hawks looking that bad this year?
Yes,
they got a whole new change of regime.
Didn't they lose to the Rams?
They're reinstalling programs. That always hurts.
Didn't the Hawks get swept by the Rams this year?
I think so. The Rams have beaten the Hawks for years, though.
Yeah, the Hawks some shit. Look, man, come on, dog. Yeah, they got swept by the Rams and us. Talk about a joke. Yeah, but Rombo Brandon need his money. We need to pay him.
No, I wish he would.
Fall for waiting.
And stop with the silence, John, Kyle. Stop. There's no need to just ignore him.
And you got to think how that make. You got to think how the other players look at that, Rombo. Because Brandon is a top player, a first round pick, a Pro Bowler, probably even I don't know if he's been an All Pro. Imagine how guys like Deebo and Aaron Banks are looking at. Imagine how guys like Deebo and Aaron Banks are looking at this situation. They're like, man, if they doing that to him,
God,
I wonder how they gonna treat me.
Right? Just know better. Don't start holding out. And
that's
the first deal they give you, yeah.
But Rombo, he deserved what he's asking for.
I 28 to me is a good number for him. The 49ers want to go 25 or something. It's their own fault. You need to pay $3 more million because you dragged ass on this. The 49ers said they offered him that way back when. I don't know if that can be confirmed or not. But if Brandon would have said yes to it back then, it would have been over and they wouldn't have to go through this. Maybe that's the 49ers position on this. Maybe that's why they're all acting the way they are. So it's hard to understand. But
Rombo, all I know is if we would have just all we had to do was wait, Ron. We didn't even have to wait, Ron. We should have paid this man last year. I'm be real with you. We should have extended him last year. We should have extended him early. We should have got him early before he started to get more theme. He has Rombo. He has all the leverage. He does, Rombo. He's worth the first round pick.
And before everybody else gets paid, Justin Jefferson ruined every owner in the league's situation, but with his wide receivers. Everybody's not JJ.
Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley went for like $27 million, and he reset the market again.
27. When?
Yes, I think Calvin Ridley went to the I don't know where he went to.
Yeah,
Somebody
receivers,
paid Calvin Ridley like $27 million. He
I know,
reset the market.
and Calvin did all that this year. But JJ, people need to understand, if I'm talking to my ball player, whatever franchise I'm, Justin Jefferson in 32, listen, let me get one thing straight right now. Don't put yourself, you're a great football player. You're doing a great job for us. Let's not get carried away with comparisons. Justin Jefferson is a little different. And I wouldn't say anything insulting, but I would just say, I'm not giving you $32 million. So, Amon St. Brown is getting 28 though, Jalen. That's what's pissing me off. His guarantee can be beat though.
Yeah, but Rombo, you see the situation Kyle is putting himself in. Like God, yeah. Oh man. And then he took a first. I think he might get rid of Brandon. I think he might do it.
Well,
and as soon as he does
maybe forced to do so. I don't know.
No, anyway. He wasn't forced to do it, Rombo.
Well, I mean, later. Because the 49ers don't franchise tag people. They could, but they're not going to. Brandon will be allowed to walk or something. But there's no way they're going to franchise him. Jalen, we're going to go. See you Sunday.
All right, bro. Oh, you going to be back Sunday?
Yeah. I got time. I got out of it.
Hopefully they get this figured out, Rombo. I mean, this is getting bad at this point. Rombo, Kyle's starting to look like he's starting to look like he's.
It's not Kyle. It's Lynch and company. Kyle is not saying anything about this. All right. Anyway, all right, fam. Oh. Well, show, come on in, man.
What's up, Ramo? How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine. If you're getting ready to ask me, well, Rambo, I told you. I'm fully aware of that.
Trying to express this.
I just didn't know you and get this tacky,
your listeners on here.
Sloppy. I feel like I want to. It's just weird. It's. Why would you not talk to him?
I honestly don't, because the money's not there. We don't have it for him.
Yeah. That's why somebody asked about Fred Warner earlier. I said, well, we had money back then.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of top-heavy contracts back then either. We barely had a team back then. Yeah. We didn't know that some of these players that we picked up in the later rounds were going to be as good as they are. They are today, and we now are suffering the consequences of those contracts that we paid back then when they were due for money, and now we unfortunately, most likely, it's going to be looking like it's got to be. We got to do what the best interest is in the team, for the team, and for Brandon Aiyuk's camp, because clearly, right now, Brandon Aiyuk does not want to be here anymore. I don't even think it's about. I don't even think it's about the money. No.
Really?
His head may be here.
What make you think
his
that?
Head may be here.
Mm-hmm.
His head may be here, but his heart's with his boy Jaden Daniels, Rumbo.
You really think so?
Who in the hell? I really do think so. Who in the hell goes on a podcast and brings their quarterback that they played with in college? And Ryan Clark said that he never called Brandon Aiyuk to come on the show. Brandon Aiyuk called them. And he brought along Jaden Daniels and Nina Benjamin, who he played with both at Arizona State.
Well,
and that's where his heart is, man. Like you got to take it for face value. That's where his heart is. Like his actions speak more than anything. He's telling us he wants to go play with Jaden Daniels really, really bad.
But if that be the case, why would you bother to say I'd rather be here?
The money, but they're so far apart on the money.
Guaranteed, from what I understand. Yeah.
He is minus elsewhere now.
The 49ers, you know what? The 49ers never give long-term guarantees. They really don't. I mean, look at CMC. CMC had to, hey, listen, guys, I don't have any guaranteed money for the next 2 seasons. Can we make an adjustment there? And then Trent Williams.
Sure. There you go, CMC. There's your money.
I know, right. And then they did it.
Had no problem.
Brandon sitting back there. Wow.
Brandon's not part of the Cabo clique.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate that it comes it comes to that, but it's a business, and we have over 40 players that are potentially going to be walking next year.
Well, they make
40 free agents. That's half the damn team.
I bet a lot of teams are in that same situation.
That's scary to think of. Yeah. Oh no, not like us. A lot of teams aren't older like us, like we are.
I know, but
we are older, and we're expensive right now.
Yeah, and every team gets to that, but by then they would have won something. We haven't, so that's a problem.
And do we? A really quick question before I go. Do we play the Bears this year?
Seems I do remember we do. Yeah.
Well, I've been reading up on Caleb Williams, and that dude's a little bit of a genius, financial genius. I don't know if you've been reading up on him or not, but he started up his own venture capital firm in college, his investment venture capital firm.
He started that while he was in
college. Wow. And he's also, when he was negotiating his contract, he wanted a no franchise tag clause put in his contract, but the team denied that request, and he also wanted his contract to be put into an LLC to avoid some tax laws as far as taxes being taken out for an individual. And he got that advice from his dad, who's a commercial real estate investor, and does all that financial does all the finances and stuff. That's where he got the advice from.
So many professional
contract.
It's smart. So many professional athletes end up after their career is over in the soup line, and that makes no sense. So he is no Justin Jefferson, or he is no Justin Fields. So we better watch out for him because that kid's a genius. I'm pretty sure he's already picked up the playbook pretty quickly. If you're smart in finances like that, then you're probably a sharp individual.
You should have no problem, picking up the X's and O's playbook really quick.
They got a great defense. The Bears actually have a decent defense nowadays, too. We're going to get challenged on a weekly basis.
And they've always been a stickler. They've always been a stickler to us, no matter who their quarterback is. Jake Cody gave us fits. And I hope it's not a rain game, an outdoor rain game, because we're screwed.
I don't know why the Bears can play in those conditions. I guess because they're used to them or something. Even Cutler used to give us a hard time. So,
But as far as the Brandon Aiyuk situation goes, it is the best interest of the team and for Brandon Aiyuk's camp to just part ways with him and grant him his request, because it doesn't need to be dragged out any longer like this, and we don't need to go into the season with a headache and a cloud looming over our team, and Brandon Aiyuk potentially not showing up to training camp, which is most likely going to happen too.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know what? The 49ers Brandon's going to take the steal show. You know why? What if he comes in next year and gets?
I don't know.
I'm just.
I don't know if he.
Hear me out. What if
it just feels like he doesn't want to be here.
He wants to play here, but he wants his $28 million or whatever guaranteed money. But here's the thing.
He wants his money first. Then he wants to play here.
Out next year, so that's not going to do him stock any good. And if he plays next year and gets hurt, the 49ers didn't have him right where they want him, right? So he's almost has to take that.
There's just not money for him at all. Period.
Well, they got the 25 or 26. They offered that. They have it.
And if he's not taking that, then it's over. It's done. There's no coming back to the table and saying we're going to give you 28, we're going to give you 30. No.
The 49ers are he's going to play for that low ball shot as he looks at it. He's going to take it. I don't know when.
I don't know.
But he
may play it up to the trade deadline, and then they'll trade him then, or
they're not going to trade him.
He may not. I don't know.
So they don't have to, and they know that. This was so evil about this whole.
They don't have to, but do they want a cloud looming over the season like this? No.
So the advantage for 49ers, he doesn't play next year, that'll hurt him. If he doesn't take the deal the 49ers already offered, well, that's why the 49ers are being so mean about this, because he has no choice. Basically has no choice.
And if he is gone, so what? We'll be just fine. It's not like we won. It's not like he helped us in the Super Bowl at all. I mean, come on.
Well, he's a part of the success, though. He is one of the reasons why because that 49ers are not a one-man operation.
No, Robbo, that engine of the offense is CMC. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, but he still needs a supporting cast, and you need every guy out there played an integral part. We don't beat Detroit without Brandon Aiyuk. Show not last year. We don't.
We don't beat Detroit without CMC.
Both. That's what I'm saying. You can't do without either one. That's the kind of club this is.
CMC is more important than Brandon Aiyuk, and it's apparent with the contract that we gave him before Brandon Aiyuk.
But still,
so
you gotta have all. I want all those guys back because they all know what they're doing. If I get another guy in there, maybe he doesn't know.
You can't keep everybody around, but we know that.
Well, for one more year,
you got to keep this team in. You got to keep this team in the black. You can't keep it in the red.
One more year, you can though, and you may as well. And Brandon needs to understand that. He doesn't, but he needs.
He doesn't. He doesn't want. He doesn't. He doesn't want to be here. He just requested a trade. I mean, you got to take it for face value. He doesn't want to be here. Like, why are we sugarcoating this? Like, there's no sugarcoating anything.
They're all saying we don't care, Brandon. We know you're going to sign that
contract. Well, they can say that all they want to.
Because you don't have any choice.
They can say that all they want to.
He doesn't have a choice. So he signs. I just wish he'd sign soon, but he signs. Yes.
I don't think he signs anything.
He does. He has no choice. Which
is
sad.
His heart's not here, Mo.
His
heart's with his little BFF Jaden. That's where he wants to be.
He's not. 49ers have already made it clear they're not trading him to anybody.
Then he'll hold the 49ers hostage.
And another pick next year. And when Brandon gets there, you got to pay him what he wants. And you
I would be happy with just a second-round pick and a Jahan Dotson and Jonathan Allen. Then get the deal done.
Entirely relevant. Are you going to do that though as an owner?
Oh, absolutely. If it just Jahan Dotson and Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle that we need.
I'm going to give you a second-round pick. A first-round pick is what the 49ers. You know the 49ers. They're not going to take anything less than a first-round pick. That's what they use to get him. And when he gets there, you got to pay him $30 million.
But if you think about it, Jahan Dotson and Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle, are equivalent to a first-round pick and a second-round pick in return in exchange. That's
Jonathan,
plenty of.
Allen's how old now?
28.
Is he only 28? Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Shell, we're going to see what happens here soon. We're going to have to. He can't.
And the more defensive line depth, the better. I mean, we don't have a run stopper right now.
We might. We don't. We gotta wait. All right, Joe. Let me see you Sunday.
Yeah,
and let's argue some more.
Say tonight for sure. Take care. All right. Shout out to us and Papa D and Donut and Tanisha. I hope they get back in here soon. Hope he's doing well.
In a couple of weeks.
And Vader, get back in here, please. And shout out to all the Tonys. Y'all take care, and shout out to everyone out there. All right, y'all take care. Have a great night.
You too, Joe. Night, fam. Ayo, Steven, Romance,
what's going on,
Scarlett, and Mrs. Steven. Hey, Steven, man, I think all of us were riding along and going along with this. Because, unlike Show, who doesn't agree, but Brandon made clear a long time ago he didn't want to get traded, right? So now, all of a sudden, he said, okay, you guys aren't going to talk to me. Screw you. I want trade me. Okay. So now I'm mad with the 49ers. I don't know about you, but 49ers, where did you guys get your negotiating skills from? And whoever Brandon has as an agent, I gotta go. I gotta go catch Acho and see what he said. Have you seen that yet? I don't know who the agent is or what kind of rhetoric he's spitting out, but I gotta see.
I said it from the very beginning, Rumble. I said the Niners are not going to sign Brandon Aiyuk. They're probably going to wait that fifth-year option. Yeah. They're going to work him like a horse.
No.
And it's up to Brandon Aiyuk because he made that stupid-ass Instagram post saying, remember what got you here? It shot him in the foot. And so now the Niners are like, oh, okay, so you think you got us here. Okay.
Was it 26? 26 mil? Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted $26 million.
No, he wants more than that.
Right?
Now he does.
Or 20, he wanted $28 million. He wanted $28 million. My bad. Yeah. But it's the Niners. I was watching Speak on FS1, and Echo hit it right on the head, and I couldn't have said it any better. The moment the Niners signed Christian McCaffrey to that multi-million-dollar 2-year contract, that showed right then and there that the Niners have the money. They just don't have the money for Aiyuk. They don't think he's that much of an asset like CMC. Because if you really look at it, Rumble, if you really want to look at every single play,
every single, motion, CMC is the reason why we got as far as we did. Granted, yes, Brandon Aiyuk was a part of that, but without CMC, it's a night and day comparison. We had
Stephen, no,
Brandon Aiyuk on our.
Okay, Stephen, you look under your hood of your car. Now, do you think efficiency is due to all the parts working well together? The reason I lean against that argument about you can do without this, you can do without that, what proof do we have that that's true? Brandon Aiyuk made a lot of key plays and blocks out there without the ball. CMC actually benefited from some of Brandon Aiyuk's work. I don't know that just taking people out of this lineup is going to make them any better. And can we say they're going to be okay? Do we have any proof of that, though? We don't have any proof otherwise either, though.
That's the crazy part. We don't have any proof at all. But the problem is that the Niners are run solely under, believe it or not, we've all seen it, are solely run under Kyle Shanahan. John, I'm pretty sure, was, kind of like, okay, well, let him talk. He's been in that position. Let him talk. That's how we do it. That's how everyone negotiates. But more or less, it seems like Kyle is the one kind of pulling the strings. Okay, you think you got us here? Okay, well, let's see if you could do it again, but without your contract signing. Let's see how good you are when we don't sign you. Let's see what you want to do then. Because from the jump, Rambo, Brandon Aiyuk was already, public enemy number one. We had to, not only was he sitting out on his first season with us, his second season he was in the doghouse. His third season he kind of got some snaps, and up until recently, we actually started seeing more plays from him. That's 4 years. That's 4 years, Rambo.
Yeah, he's wired differently. He's as you know, Brandon Aiyuk is that guy that gets in these little fights on the field. So he's got that kind of temperament. So disagreeing with Kyle Shanahan about how he should play his game almost could be expected if you knew him. I didn't know him, but I found out later who he is. So yeah, he's gonna cry.
Yeah, so
about that money.
Like I said, Rumbo, it all comes down to, Niners had the money, and had the scenario been different, and he didn't say anything, I guarantee you, I would bet every dollar I have that the Niners would have signed him. The Niners probably would have signed him before CMC. Because, the old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, but sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes that ain't always the case.
Yeah.
And in this scenario...
he's doing the squeaky wheel thing now, though.
Oh, yeah, he's doing the squeaky wheel thing now, but had he not said anything in the beginning, I'm pretty sure they would have signed him. I'm pretty sure he would have already been signed.
Okay, but Nick Bosa didn't say anything, Stephen, in the beginning, and they didn't sign him until a few minutes before opening day. The thing is, though, this is what the 49ers do. Nobody gets a deal. The 49ers say, okay, we'll see you in a couple of months. What? No. How come we can't talk now? We don't talk now. This is just how we do it. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where their negotiating tactics are coming from, but they definitely got to read a book and switch it up. I mean, shit, go watch Jerry Maguire. Do something. Yeah. Please. Please.
The longer you do that, the more pissed off the player in question gets. And then things get real tacky.
Well, not even just that, but the price continuously keeps going up because that player wants money, and then he sees the other players that are playing his position are getting more money, and for less, for doing less work. I mean, let's be honest. The only reason why Jefferson is doing as good as he is because he's the only talent on that team.
Minnesota has nobody else. Everybody. He doesn't want to hear that. And even he claimed it to be the number 4th option. Well, he wants to get paid at least number 2 options money, right? And I got no problem with that. But $28 million is a lot for number 2.
Exactly. And it all started. Like I said, it all started with the guy from the Jaguars, Christian Kirk. He did absolutely nothing, Rombo. He did nothing. And it just completely flipped the entire NFL market on its head.
But who got paid before him?
Well, once that deal was made, Rambo, on pen and paper, it was over. It was over. The NFL took note. Every single player took note and said, you know what? I want that. I want that.
Because he ain't as good as me, right? Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, man, because, Brandon Aiyuk is a great player. But I'm not going to knock him. I'm not going to say, he's Deebo, where, his talents are one in, few when he feels like doing something.
No, make no mistake. Dog. He's a good player. We need Brandon Aiyuk. But,
he just handled it so terribly. And I think a part of it is Deebo that kind of misguided him. Because this is the first time he's ever had to negotiate with the Niners. And there was actual proof that he was communicating with Deebo on how to handle things. And Deebo was speaking
right there. Let the agent talk, guys. You don't need to get involved. Just you hire that agent because he does what he does. Let him do it quietly. You don't have to say anything.
Exactly. And not only that, but his girl continuously kept saying something. And it's like, man, if you don't shut up, you are going to sabotage your only meal ticket to getting a signing. And she continuously kept
talking. At least it's not like Deebo. Deebo had his mom, his brother. Oh, my God.
He had everybody.
Everybody's on social media just running trash. Is it like, Deebo, God, talk to your people, man.
Well, I mean, it's so crazy, Rumble, because I remember in 2019, remember when we thought we were going to keep Kendrick Bourne or Jerick McKinnon? And Jerick, I can't remember who went on live, but he was the one who was like, yeah, I'm out of here. And
that was Jet.
Sure enough, he was right. Yeah.
And Jet said some nasty things, too, before he left. And then he went and won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs 2 times in a row, 1 time against us.
Yep. And that was like a kick in the gut, man.
Oh.
And, but I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I really think Brandon Aiyuk handled this offseason way worse than any, NFL player so far on the Niners.
Even Deebo.
I think so.
Because I thought Deebo was running a circus. Man.
Because Deebo got paid because he was our only option. Unfortunately for Brandon Aiyuk, we have other options.
Well,
we got George Kittle. We have Deebo still, surprisingly enough. They still have faith in him. We've got other receivers. We drafted other receivers. So it's like, damn, man, had you had probably not said anything, you could have gotten signed. It may not have been 28. It probably would have been 27. You guys probably would have met in the middle. There probably would have been some incentives. It would have been, I can't predict the future, but I have a good feeling that if he had not acted the way he did.
You think that had a big bearing on it?
Yeah.
They're used to that, though. The 49ers know these guys are going to talk trash. I really, they don't want to spend any more than they do because the 49ers don't know how much money they can, that next year, they're not even worried about Brandon. They're worried about next year signing Brock, and they don't know how much money they need to roll over. This is the panic button time is what it is. But we'll see.
Oh, yeah. No, it's absolute panic time. They're waiting out that option. And, it's crazy because if we signed Brandon Aiyuk, would we have signed Christian McCaffrey?
No,
I don't know.
No, they would have. And Christian McCaffrey's out there. You get him. Certain people go on the market. You do whatever you can to get him. So we're gonna go over. Steven, let me see you and the gang on Sunday.
All right, Mama. I'll see you Sunday.
Looking forward to it, fam. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, fam. And Harold says, 5th-year tag is $14 million for BA. It's good money. It's true, Harold. But for him and the game of football being so violent, your next play could be your last one. These guys they're probably in fear most of the time. Oh, my God. Here he comes. Everybody's favorite comedy relief. It's marketing bro, the Ram.
Yo, Rumbo. What I do, player? What I do?
Man, we're just sitting here. You see, you guys don't have any issues like this right now because you've already had this issue, wiped out your entire franchise, and now you're on the rebound. So you guys don't know what it's like to have to
You
deal
know,
with.
Rams just got back from Cancun. You know, we did our thing over there, and things are looking good, like a sailboat on the Pacific. You know, Orlowski on Pat McAfee already said, and my source has been saying this too. You know, the 1-2 punch of Blake Corum and Kyron Williams with that big offensive line. Look out, Matthew, Dimes, Stafford. Your golden boy is officially an MVP candidate. We're going to run through defenses, and then that pass attack, you already know who Puka is. Everybody in the world know who Cooper, Triple Crown, Super Bowl MVP.
Did you? Oh, I thought you said Cripple Crown, because Cooper hasn't been healthy for how long now?
you know what I'm saying? But this year, Cooper Kupp is gonna overcome those injuries 100%. I mean, they were showing Cooper Kupp running like Rocky the other day. You know what I'm saying? No problem.
Do you hear the music and everything?
Full speed.
Listen.
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? And on the other end, Orlowski, your boy Orlowski, said the Rams' offense is just as good as the 49ers, if not better.
He did.
And the Rams will give a lot of trouble in the NFC. And now on the flip side, my sources are telling me, BA, 5 teams were willing to pay Brandon Aiyuk what he was asking for. That's why the problem
Mike Florio is your source?
No, it's some sources. Now, I did predict BA wants out before this happened, and you saw what happened. You know what I'm saying? BA, you know, with that divided 49ers locker room, you know, half the team feels BA.
Whoa. Where do you get this divided 49ers locker room from? That's not true.
You know, a lot of players on that team want BA to get paid. They feel he's been blackballed. I mean, there were 5 teams.
That's
Check
not
this out. There was.
Market, that's not causing any conflict within the locker room, though.
Oh, you bet it is. Now, let me tell you why. A lot of players doubt Brock Purdy. There's a lot of doubt because Purdy didn't look for and Kyle kind of blamed Purdy for that Super Bowl loss. He's kind of slick. He's Purdy was supposed to look for the first option, Aiyuk, but he didn't look that way.
Did Kyle say that? Well,
yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, what is he saying without saying anything there? But now, the 49ers have to keep Brandon Aiyuk. You guys are going to be in delusional mode. If you ain't got BA, you saw how hard the NFC was last year in the playoffs. And BA won that Lions game when Brock Purdy threw that inaccurate duck that hit that Lions safety in the face. You call it luck or chance, but BA caught that ball and scored a touchdown. Now you got the Rams. You know, we're going to cook the Lions. You know, Don Bird, don't you worry. We got you on the list already.
You don't want anything to do with the Lions, okay? Be honest.
We want all the smoke. We want the Lions. We want the 49ers.
Yeah. Well,
and we want the Bengals in the Super Bowl. They're going to the Super Bowl of the AFC. Rams, Bengals. But now, you can't trade BA. It's too late. See, where the 49ers made a mistake. Let me get back to that point. There are 5 teams that told BA's agent, we'll pay you what you want. And BA and his agent expected the Niners to match it because they didn't trade him. Then they lowballed him. They didn't give him what the other team's offering. That's why there's a problem. I think the 49ers didn't see CMC demanding a contract out of nowhere, which he shouldn't paid.
I
should have kept BA over. So the Steelers are coming for BA. They're going to first go after
they already been after
Devontae Adams.
They stopped saying it.
Yeah, they're coming after him. They're gonna make us.
No. The 49ers hold all the cards. BA can do nothing but take the offer, and the reason he's going to take the offer is this: if he sits out next year, that's not going to help him. If he plays next year without a contract, that's not going to help him. It's risky either way. BA signs this deal. He's just trying to hold out as long as he can. The 49ers know that's an empty threat, and he will sign.
I want BA gone so the Rams could walk in that Super Bowl. But I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But BA...
No, you weren't. You're telling the truth.
Hey, BA deserves that money. The 49ers don't want to pay him. Trade the man. He deserves freedom. You know,
He's too good. You don't trade people like
just like Moses said, let my people go. Let Aiyuk go. You know what I'm saying?
Don't quote Moses. First thing you know, he starts singing. Oh, God.
The 49ers cannot you can't trade at this point. That's a delusional talk. All these little kids in the chat. Listen to Marketing Pro. I know you got your notes out. Every time Marketing Pro on the show, you got your pen out taking notes. Because Marketing Pro knows
Is
score.
it gonna be a quiz?
Oh, I mean, Marketing Pro just drops facts. You know, I'm one of the experts in the field. They like the information. You know what I'm saying? And Rumble Sports, hit the like, subscribe. Shout out to Papa Dragon.
Yeah.
Big show. And what's his name? Jalen, just put on a Rams jacket, dog. You're frustrated.
But you ready to go, right? We'll see you later.
Rams Nation. Shout out. Dime Stafford. Genius McVay.
What kind of herbal essence are you on? You be tripping. All right, let's. Hey, Tony.
The herbal essence is called Hennessy and Jack Mix.
I can't wait to see Jalen after that remark.
God. Oh my goodness, this guy. You're right, Rambo. He's comedy at his best. With a bottle in his hand,
and will say anything, and he says it in such a way that he really means it too. Well, Tony,
lies.
Tony, I tell you, you guys, you don't know how wonderful it is. I didn't really appreciate it as much as I should have. Back in the days when we were poor and didn't have nobody and there was no off-season drama. Well, actually, we went through a little with Harbaugh. There were some off-season things, but they seemed to get fixed early. But ever since Kyle's been there, him and John, things get really to an egregious level. I don't understand. And when you look at it and you try to apply common sense, you just can't make it add up. So here we are, just a few days from camp opening, and I still got a disgruntled, angry as can be player. We saw it last year with Nick Bosa, and I didn't believe it then. So I thought, well, okay. Nick must have asked for a lot of money, and the rumors start circulating like they're doing now, right? Yeah, Nick Bosa's asking for a percentage of the gate fee. What? Really? No, he's not. And I know that's a lie. That had to be a lie. What player in NFL history has asked for receipts or any percentage of the gate fees? Nobody does that. I could be wrong, but can you imagine that? Putting that in your contract? The owner's not going to accept that.
Yeah.
So these lies that are going to come rolling in are going to get bigger.
On one of your shows 2 weeks ago, Ellis said it best. He said, Aiyuk is going about this the wrong way.
Yeah.
And now it's gotten worse. I watched this site. I told you about this site before, Gold House Sports. 5 teams they were talking about. I kind of got, this is just his take on it. 5 teams and what they're willing to offer based on what he says. Team number 1, and let me know each one. Rambo, give me your commentary of what you think.
Okay.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay, I heard
Las
that.
Vegas Raiders will receive Brandon Aiyuk. In return, you guys will receive Devontae Adams and a 5th round pick.
See,
what do you think about that one?
I hate to say it, but I like that deal. I like it a lot. But it's a temporary fix, and we'll be right back in a pit of misery if we do that deal in another year or so.
Yeah, because Devontae Adams is 31 years old.
31, yeah. But this upcoming season,
team number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, team number 2. This is the one everybody's talking about. But I told you on your show a couple shows ago, it's not going to happen. The Washington Commanders will receive Brandon Aiyuk. In return, they'll give you guys a 2nd round pick for 2025 and a 2nd round pick for 2026. What do you think about that?
No, I need players right now. I don't need picks. So if anything that dilutes my no, I need picks. Might not even.
And they're not giving up McLaurin. They're not giving up McLaurin.
Unless they're absolutely stupid. Yeah, that's not. I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I'll take McLaurin.
And Big Show said something about Jonathan Allen. they're not giving up him or Deron Payne, the heart and soul of their defensive line.
All right.
They're not giving either one of them.
I don't see that
Just
either.
re-signed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought Allen's Alabama,
3.
right? I thought he was. Remember, he had some kind of injury that was going to probably cut his career a little short. Allen's played right through that and getting ready for another contract. But go ahead.
I think he'd be a good defensive end. Him and Deron Payne are out of Alabama. They were teammates at Alabama.
Wrong and fast for his size.
Team number 3, Rambo, and this was a kind of a little bit of a surprise, a little bit. Team number 3, the Los Angeles Chargers, will receive Brandon Aiyuk. It's the same deal as the Washington deal. In return, you guys will receive a 2025 second rounder and a 2026 second rounder. What do you think about that?
No, again, same premise. I can't bite on something that's not going to help me right now. Yeah, I don't need picks.
But he also said with that, he said it could be a second round pick and Joey Bosa, or it could be a second round pick and Khalil Mack instead of that 2026 second round pick. Khalil Mack's getting long in the tooth. He had
both of them. And
week.
Joey stays hurt. So
yeah, he does lately.
Yeah. But that would make Nick, oh my God, Nick would be so inspired. He may do enough work for him and Joey. You know, if Joey comes over to the 49ers, oh, Nick would be just overjoyed. But no, Joey's going to come over and get hurt. I don't want that.
Team number 4, and this is the one that I was saying they won't be George Pickens. According to them, they said Pittsburgh will receive Brandon Aiyuk and a 4th round pick from you guys. And in return, you guys will receive a 1st round pick.
That's it?
That's it.
That deal smells real bad. Not a chance I'd be interested in that.
Brandon and a 4th round pick for just a 1st? Yeah.
Hey, I'm giving up a pick. Some of my best players come out of the 4th round. Go ahead.
Exactly. And the last one, I don't like this one at all. It says the New England Patriots will get Brandon Aiyuk. In return, you guys will get outside linebacker Matthew
Judon,
who wants a new contract.
That was floating around the other day, and I laughed. Why would Belichick's gone? Maybe. Because they're going to use every asset they can.
He's like, he's like 32 years old, too.
Is he that old now?
Judon. He's 32.
Yeah, they'll let Judon go. They would, too. Because of the Patriots, for all intents and purposes, are starting over.
Judon and a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
He said Judon and a 2nd round pick.
Oh, well, put Judon in for a special
I know what you
place.
like, Rambo. You'd rather have Christian Gonzalez in the 2nd round pick.
You know it. And because the thing is, Christian Gonzalez is part of their future. The Patriots are on the mend to get back into contention, because right now they're irrelevant in the AFC. So they got a lot of work to do, and getting rid of Judon would be nice if they could do that and get something in return like Aiyuk. And Kendrick Bourne would be just delighted. Kendrick's been lobbying to get him over there anyway.
Yeah. But they were talking about in our chat, us getting, trying to get Judon. I'm like, for what? We just drafted Braylon Trice in the 3rd round. We got young Arnold Ebiketie, our 2nd round pick from 2 years ago. We don't need him. Good.
How old is Judon?
Yep. 32.
Yeah, that's too long. If he was 30, maybe. You figure an edge rusher's got 3 years left. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I got one there. I'm going to throw one in there.
All right.
Since you guys are in the chat, you Rams knuckleheads. Rams, the Niners will trade you guys Brandon Aiyuk. Y'all got to give them next year's 1st and 2nd round pick, 2026 1st and 2nd round pick, and a player to be named later. How you like me now?
And the Rams would bite on those kind of deals because you know how the Rams are. They don't care. After picks, right? You know what? I don't want to see Matthew Stafford and Brandon Aiyuk couple up against having to play them twice a year for at least another 2 seasons. So, no, I couldn't take that for that reason alone.
Yeah, but those were the teams he was talking about. I didn't like that New England deal at all, he was saying. So, and then, Rambo, it's like, you know how the way people are now? Everybody, I heard you talking earlier about what that guy Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark made
all the media's getting crazy with
about us.
It's all Team Aiyuk is just really busy, especially today. Orlovsky saying, without Brandon Aiyuk, the 49ers don't win that division. The Rams do. What? And then Ryan Clark, Brock Purdy will suffer without Brandon Aiyuk. Why are all you guys talking at the same time? Mike Florio, 5 teams, and Mike Florio just tried to shame the 49ers in that whole video. Mike, my God, lighten up. Man, we need Brandon Aiyuk.
Ryan Clark, he's talking about we shouldn't have took Michael Penix. We should have drafted Dallas Turner. I'm like, we did get an edge rusher. We got the 5th best edge rusher in the draft. Right, we didn't get the top 4 that always in the first round, but we got the next best thing. We did what we were supposed to do. I don't pay them clowns no mind.
Ryan Clark. I remember Ryan Clark. We had Ryan Clark apologizing a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago.
I remember that.
And what's that guy's name who used to do those predictions every year? He does fantasy football. Where is he? I haven't seen him in a long time. He used to be on the NFL Network. He used to do fantasy football, and he gave the 49ers that year. He said the 49ers would win 2 games and lose 14. So I was like, and he was apologizing the rest of the year. And he said things like, 49er fans, really, I've got it coming to me, and I'm all right with that. But please, could you watch the language? My family reads these tweets.
Exactly.
What is that idiot's name? Oh, God. But he makes his predictions every year.
Well,
Who?
Yeah, Colin Cowherd did his preseason predictions like he does every year.
Yeah.
He's got the Rams winning the NFC West, Rambo.
Yeah.
He said the 49ers are getting old. You know how Cowherd is.
Yeah.
Niners getting old.
Ever since Trey. Yeah. Ever since Trey dated his daughter, he's been against the 49ers. Who else? NFC, what else did he say?
Got the Niners second. He's got Seattle third and Arizona fourth.
See, that may be a mistake.
He said, well, Seattle's up and coming. And I think Seattle's up and coming, too, because of that defense. I told you about that on your last show.
Yes.
I don't think the Rams, I don't know why how the Rams ain't going to do nothing. Their offensive line is still going to suck.
Well, they
got Avila.
They worked hard on building that offensive line. The running backs are good. I will admit to that. Well, at least the one that played last year.
Tyree Williams, the one from Notre Dame, I got him in the 4th round. He had 1,000 yards,
Yeah. Also, Stafford is for all his miseries, he can score points though. If Puka elevates or goes to the next level in his game, he's going to be a problem. Cooper Kupp is also a problem. So they got a solid run game. They've got a solid passing game. They got Stafford the quarterback. They got a good offensive line. Now, defensively is where I wonder if they can hold it down.
They lost Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator. He's with us.
Yeah.
They lost their defensive assistant, Jimmy Lake. He's our new defensive coordinator.
All right. And
former Washington Huskies defensive coordinator.
And
they lost Zach Robinson. On the offensive side of the ball, he's the offensive coordinator.
You're not through the defenses. They lost. One of the players has been compared to one of the greatest of all time, or one of the group of greatest of all time. There he is. No AD.
Yep. No AD. He wanted to get out of there like the rest of them. They didn't want to trade him. So he said, okay, I'll quit.
But did you see that kid they drafted?
I told you.
He looks like a young AD.
I told you, Ramoya, he wanted out of there. You didn't believe me. He just kept quiet about it.
Oh, no, we all told him.
I quit.
Yeah. Really couldn't believe it.
Rambo, I got some. I was talking to you about that jet. The Jets, they were saying the Jets got the best roster. There may be something to that, Rambo. Check this out. I'm just going to read the defensive line to you.
Wait. The Jets got what?
Roster.
Roster. I know. I'm not arguing.
The defensive line. Defensive end, former first-round pick, Jermaine Johnson, 2022. Javon Kinlaw, former first-round pick, defensive tackle. Quentin Williams, former first-round pick, defensive tackle. These are starters. Hassan Riddick, former first-round pick, defensive end.
Wait. Hassan is not happy, though.
Riddick.
He may not be playing.
I heard. But you know what, though, Rambo?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's for all first rounders. on the defensive line, right?
Yeah, and they're going to be
They also
tough.
got backup defensive tackle Solomon Thomas, former first-round pick, and backup Will McDonald, their 2023 first-round pick at defensive end. That's 6 former first-rounders on the defensive line.
And you haven't even touched upon the secondary yet. Sauce is back there. Man, I'm tempering my expectations for game 1. That's a lot of firepower. And we ain't talking about Breece Hall yet. I really don't. That game bothers me already.
And that linebacker that you and I couldn't think of, remember he used to be a former Pro Bowler, because they play a nickel. They only use 2 linebackers. C.J. Mosley, you know him.
Oh,
C.J.
I remember
Mosley,
C.J. Yeah, I do remember him. Where has he been? Has he been hurt? Oh, man.
2022, he got hurt a little bit. He played all last year.
You know what? The Jets are Super Bowl or bust. They really are. And you got Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. Oh, man.
I think Buffalo's going to be better than a lot of people think, even with the losses. They still had a lot of people. I think Buffalo's going to be better than people think.
Tony, the day that Buffalo gets better is when Josh Allen stops trying to carry the offense by himself. He doesn't know how to incorporate an offense to help that whole team beat you. He needs to make players on his team better. But Josh, we know you can run. We know you can throw. You could probably kick the ball too. That's not what this is about. You need to get your players
They
involved.
should have been at least the AFC Championship this past year.
For more than this year, last 2-3 years.
Passing the ball with 5 minutes left. Yeah.
So, well, Tony.
It's funny how you have brilliant game plans for 56, 57 minutes of the game, and then you switch up the game plan the last 2 or 3 minutes. Cost you championships. I know.
And
you know.
We've seen it. It's just weird. Because they got a great team. I agree. They've had a great defense down through the years. The offense, I don't know what they're doing. But Tony, we're going to go.
Hey, Rambo, y'all signed a free agent from Houston. Defensive tackle. He's good.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. I forgot his name. But Tony, we're going to have to slide on out of here before production throws us both off at the same time. I'll be back Sunday. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The defensive tackle that you guys signed, Malik Collins, he started with Houston last year. I know y'all had him.
Yeah, we had him the whole time. All right, Tony, we got to stop. I'll see you Sunday. Looking forward to it, too.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
I'll see you Sunday. Take care, sir.
You too, Tony. Night. Always fun talking with Tony. A lot of these conversations, we could go on for like days. I love it, dude. Most of you guys, I love talking to you. But we got to keep it down because we got to keep a lot of people trying to call in. East Coast people already giving up on us. Fam, I'm going to go. Hey, see you Sunday and pray for some results. Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers, would you please knock it off? Get it done. And I want to say goodnight to Smooth. Smooth. Night, fam. See you Sunday. Please don't forget to subscribe. And really, check if you're subscribed or not. Papa Dragon said something to me I've never heard of. People are getting unsubscribed without doing it themselves. Very strange. Anyway. This way, I want to get the notifications to you, too. Let you know when we're looking for you. You know what? People for a long time have been saying, I didn't get a notification. Check if you're still subscribed, please. All right. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Sunday. And just have a great night. Ooh, thanks for the contributions, fam. I appreciate that. You know this. All right. Niners! I do love doing that.